Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, NBs and transgenders, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Friday, the chillest night of the week. Because the week is over, we're all tired, and it's time to play some Final Fantasy. Oh god, that's loud. I'm just sitting here, chilling out. Chilling out, Max, and relaxing all cool, and shooting some b-ball. Well, not shooting some b-ball, just sitting in this cool little library, watching this big screen TV. It's great. What's with the ocean?
Oh. Dave.
What?
Dave is still inside. I told him to come out.
Oh. You want me to come out? I'm gay. Just kidding.
We can't hear you in Discord, Dave.
Why can't you hear me in Discord? I'm talking.
No, we can.
Maybe I can't hear anybody.
That's entirely possible.
I have been saying things.
Windows reset recently.
Third hasn't said Third hasn't responded to me.
Test?
Test?
Okay.
Test.
I can hear you guys now.
Hooray.
Hey, I was saying things, and it's just being ignored.
Come outside for a tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, Third has made the smartest decision of her life by investing in real estate.
Indeed. Welcome to my house.
Welcome to Third's house.
It's
Welcome
a
to
small
Cribs.
plot. Small plot, but I got it, so it was the right decision. I could have gone for a medium plot and not got it.
It's true. At least you don't have to worry about fucking cash deals, tell you what.
I mean, do that here anyway. But you coming down, Rowan?
Killing mosquitoes.
Alright, tour begins.
Alright, so we got this nice little archway with the little mailbox in it. It's cute.
I like it. Looks good.
Got our chocobo station. No chocobos currently in it.
I could fix that. No, I can't. Yeah, I can. No, I can't. Whatever. Moving on.
I could... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's a joke nobody's going to get until next week. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Hold.
Bottle.
Boom.
Hilariously, I see nothing.
You put your chocobo in there now.
Oh. Well, that means I have to turn my HUD back on. Jeez. There we go. Got some Boko.
Let me clean it.
Victory!
I have to clean it again? It's not sparkling. One broom should do the whole thing.
Yay.
The big problem with chocobo stables, even if there's no chocobos in them, they still degrade. So
It's all that weather.
that's annoying. Yeah. Here we have one of my retainers. This is Rayara. He is a cute bun boy.
Indeed.
We've got a little garden here with a little bench. Hanging bench. It's cute.
I like this bench.
We got a little hanging tea time area.
Ooh. That's cute.
Hanging out over the estate.
I need a /T emote now.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I know. Unacceptably so.
And then take the path. Oh,
Is this
Did you spy bone charcoal?
What?
I got that alert.
Oh.
Then we have our little,
Wait. It's the thing that goes clunk. Yeah. I love the thing that goes clunk.
you come sit in the little hot spring. Listen to it.
Oh.
Very relaxed.
Indeed. LF's just like, nah. I'm just like, I got sneakers on. It's cool.
Oh, that reminds me, LF. Guess what I got?
A lack of clothes.
Chicken butt.
I was in the hot spring.
In the heat tease.
The hoot toos.
The heat tease.
Guess what I got, LF? I got... I finished Domain Reconstruction.
Fancy.
Yes.
Takes so long. Of course it
So
does.
much money. Anyway, let's go inside.
Indeed.
I've completely filled up the outside for as many things as I can put in it. So
It's quite delightful. I love the hot tub. And then it's just oceans in here. Why is it just oceans in here?
ambient music. So here's the kitchen.
Oh my god, is that corn? Corn.
You want the corn? I can put the corn on your...
Nom. You partake of a serving of grilled corn, and it is sublime.
There's only 10 servings of each thing.
Yep.
Rip.
Let's see, here's the kitchen, like nice little kitchen nook.
Mhm.
Check out the cauldron.
It's a bomb.
It's a bomb.
It's a bomb! Cauldron's a bomb! It's gonna blow!
There is a
Nice little dining area?
yeah, nice little dining area with a place for everybody. You got a fish on sticks. Rowan gets his giant fucking burger.
It's got a fucking head.
Alouette, feel free to pick any meal you'd like, either here or on the kitchen table.
What? Is this cookies? Is this just cookies?
No, it's like waffles.
I'm pretty sure it's just cookies.
Apples.
Do you think I wasn't going to go for the weeb noodles? Nice picture of Minfilia. A cool little clock. Map of Bozja.
Yep. I added a little decoration over here because it was missing it.
Gosetsu. What are these notices?
Adventuring things. I imagine they're like mementos of quests we picked up.
Cool.
And then if you need to go to the restroom, it's to your left.
Floosh. That toilet scares me, actually.
They don't have toilets.
I know.
So I made do.
I like the tile floor.
Yeah. And they don't have mirrors either. So I made do. And then we can go downstairs. Oh yeah, there's a nice little fireplace with wood stacked up.
Delicious wood.
Go downstairs. Of course, there's a couple of paintings here.
What's this painting of? Oh, that's from the first. Okay. Gotcha.
No, that's
Is it
Luke's
not?
one.
Is it? Oh, it is. It looks like fucking the Vothry's stupid place.
No, that has blimps. Of course, I'm repping that gold saucer right here.
Of course. You are their
Made my
most
fortune.
you are their most valued customer after all, after Godbert.
No, I think they hate me. I made too much money off of 'em.
Considering they have no way to recoup money.
Giant TV in the lounge here
Stripper pole.
and stripper pole. Yep.
Getting Saints Row up in here.
I could have gone for like proper couches, but I figured this opens up the room more.
Yeah, a little bit.
Got LF's cot here.
Cot. That is a no, futon. That is a futon.
There's a futon. Our little display area. Alexander doesn't exactly fit inside it.
But you know what? It works. Alexander doesn't
Got it.
exactly fit in anything.
But we got Sabatender, we got Kate Sith.
Cat she.
Kate Sith.
Cat she.
Kate Sith.
Cat she.
And then, you know, we got a little display of things here.
Yeah, Kate Sith is a catchy name.
It's technically also food, but...
I liked how you
Yeah,
worked the
I love that.
Sabatender's shape into it. That's actually funny.
You know, and then that's it. Unless anybody finds a secret.
Unless anybody finds a secret?
Yeah.
Do we get a hint?
There's a secret.
What? No, that's just the stripper pole. The secret. Here's the pixie apple basket with
Ah!
oh, Jesus. Door! Oh, of course, this is your bedroom.
Yeah. With the thing I spent 400,000 gil on the wall.
It glitters.
It does.
Oh my goodness. Calcabrina. Nice little wardrobe. Oh, with that, I want that shirt. Okay. Boots.
Yeah, boot rack.
You got boots with the
Boots with
fur?
the fur.
No, no boots with the fur. Stuffed big cat.
Oh yeah, and the dome and reconstruction map above.
Nice. Nice. I like this.
Little fat cat bank.
What's glowing over here? Is it just carbuncle?
Chocobo, I think.
Surprised you don't have a titanium in it.
No, triple triad.
Oh. Bum ba dum 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 ba.
It takes up room.
Third, clean up your clothes. For God's sake.
Hey,
Also,
fuck off. This is my house. You
also,
don't come into somebody else's house and tell them to clean up.
it's
All
true.
right.
But you should clean up and put these pillows back on the bed where they belong. Just shake your head no. Hey,
My
rude.
house. I can evict you.
I mean, yeah, but that would be rude.
Yeah, so here's the house.
It is a very fancy and very nice and very well decorated house. I like it.
It cost me way more than $3 million it took to buy.
I don't doubt it.
Also went through a great deal of money decorating.
Yeah, what else are you gonna spend it on?
Come join us, Rowan. Come collect your giant burger.
So, for everybody that's watching, the reason that we are back to Final Fantasy XIV is because, first of all, I don't want DDO to wear thin. Second, there's new content. Not significant new content, but significant enough for us to play. Also, I'm trying to eat this dumpling, and it's going poorly.
Won't let me sit on the damn seat.
What? Why not? Where'd you go?
Resetting the thing.
Oh.
Rowan!
Right.
Come join us!
You gotta come eat your burger.
Cutscene.
Oh.
Why you got cutscene?
So I'm doing my tank quest from Endwalker.
So what happens to all of this stuff if you lose the house for some reason? Does it just vanish into the aether, or does it just stay there until you buy a new house?
I believe if I lost this house, this stuff would all go into like a storage thing.
Hmm.
That I would have to then come collect.
Yeah, kind maybe like the belts thing, where they just were shunted off somewhere.
And I'd only lose the house if I spent more than 3 months without logging in. Their way of making sure people who own houses are people who play the game.
But how am I going to be a non-active landscape speculator if I have to actually interact with the game?
Alright, everybody. It's time to slash bread. They're just looking on like fucking parent. Yeah, that's right. Eat your food. This ambient wind chime is actually kind of terrifying with the lightning in the background. Jesus.
Oh, you're lightning?
No, there's just lightning. You don't hear it?
That might have been the storm was the last one, but
It might be. It might be like wind or something. I don't know.
yeah, pretty sure it's just wind. Here, I'll go change the playlist.
Ba ba da ba 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 da 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 da. Ba-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da.
I don't know what all the good songs are.
Do you want me to put something on?
No.
Well, I can. I'm not authorized. This is unacceptable. I'm getting you a housewarming gift right now. So anybody found any good demos during Next Fest? A, I don't know what Next Fest is, and B, the answer is no as a result. What is Next Fest? Yeah, that's right. I'm a video game streamer that doesn't follow shit. Is this
Next Fest is a week-long celebration featuring hundreds of free playable demos.
Uh,
It's on Steam, apparently.
I generally don't play demos very often. How many of the games in your channel are from before 2010? A lot.
But LF, can you not hear?
Is this the Titania boss music?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I
Your
fought her.
song? We might have different playlists. Oh, so if you're looking at it for playlists or things to add to it, yeah, it's only gonna show.
Yeah, see, Vadelin's got the right idea.
All right, Rowan.
What?
You still in cutscenes?
Almost done.
Oh yeah. Well, something new happened as well.
What? Oh, Red Mage. That's a fancy outfit.
Red Mage, level 90.
Got him.
The Wild Rose.
The Wild Rose. Wield.
Wild Rose, of course, being a reference to Final Fantasy II. You made a playlist of 2 songs? All right.
Yeah. You made me pick things quick.
Put on. I'm trying to think of what the. I don't even know what I have on my Equestrian list. Hold on.
That's a problem, right? There's a whole bunch of names. You don't remember.
Do you have Dragon Song? Put Dragon Song on there. That's a good one. So-
Alright, what are we doing?
Come to my house.
Uh,
You can pick me and hit the state teleportation.
Tomorrow and Tomorrow is a good one.
LF can feel free to mess with it. Add something. Welcome! Have you seen my house yet?
Did you already do the new Hildebrand stuff?
no.
Okay. I gotta bum rush that for next week, but
That's what you're about to do.
no.
You're gonna go do this. The thing.
Oh, that gets you that.
Rowan Scott.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Inside.
Appeals to his audience with a flourish.
Where am I going?
Inside.
I have enabled you. Orchestrion operation, LF.
Look at this fucking burger. It's got fangs.
It's a beaver.
It's a beef burger. It's a beefger.
We all have a spot at the dinner table.
As Tyler
We should-
walks all over it. Would you take your seat? Stop getting on your soapbox and politicizing here? Jeez.
But soup.
I mean, are you taking the ramen?
No.
Hmm.
I'm just seeing if I have anything else that third might want. Here, you want this tea set?
I have one. It's over here.
He stepped in the ramen. It's pretty much his now.
Can't remember if you have this or not.
I do not.
What you would want.
Sure. I can put that downstairs. Have you seen the downstairs?
This is all I've seen.
Oh. We gotta give you the full tour then.
What else do I have? At least on me, anyway.
Good for outdoor furnishing.
I'd have to see my. I'd have to talk to my retainer.
Don't worry then. Let's give you the tour. You got your giant burger there. It's your spot.
All right.
Everybody else.
Now everybody slash bread or whatever. Or pizza. Pizza works too.
Eat my apple.
What else do I have?
Everybody's got a spot on the dinner table. You guys got some coffee. I got tea. I would give LFT too if there were single teas and not just a whole tea set.
I like that Dave has like the most impractical meal.
Yeah, Dave said something on sticks
Something on sticks. I love food on sticks.
in Makote, so I figured fish, and then I didn't realize how big that was.
Didn't you get like McCobs or whatever it is? McKebab?
Meat
I don't know if
kebab.
there's a like placeable item of that. I can always replace your thing with the corm.
Corm.
Warm.
Everybody loves some grommed corm.
I'll be it.
Grump corm.
Here's a cute little kitchenette. Got tools over here, spice rack, cooking Rowan.
Coffee.
Completely disappeared into the soup.
How to prepare man. Would you stop doing that?
No. Do you have any reason for me to not do this?
I don't know, 'cause it's ridiculous.
Have you met me?
I miss playing games. Witness the finely chopped lettuce. Oh, that is coleslaw lettuce. That's cabbage.
Over here's the bathroom.
It's important to have a good bathroom.
Yep.
Floosh.
Bathtub.
What? Whoa, whoa, hey. One person at a time. Jeez, privacy.
It's a big enough bathroom.
Your toilet is weird.
Toilet. Yeah, they don't
Is that
have
like one of those-
toilet.
Is that like one of those ones you get in Japan?
Yeah.
Like the
yeah.
bells and whistles.
It's got a full like bidet system and
I'm concerned that there's more people in the bathroom now than there are not in the bathroom.
the toilet's actually like an Allegan node, so I had to do the raid, or I would have had to do the raid.
I've been here all along. Oh yeah, you have. Of course.
This door was tough to finagle into the doorway.
Was it?
Why?
Yeah. The doorway's there, but the door is not. Like normally.
Oh, I
So
see.
I had to
You
get
had
a
to buy a
partition
door and put.
and then finagle it in a place in a way that you couldn't see the rest of the partition. Here's the living room. It's probably where I'll put that picnic basket.
Picnic biscuit. Oh!
Found it.
Secret room!
The sneak room.
Everybody loves a secret room.
There we go. Picnic basket.
Picnic.
Hey, here's my bedroom. With the titania shadow box. How did you clip into the wall?
Wait, what?
I climbed up here, jumped on here, and then jumped behind your painting. Somehow.
What the fuck?
Hey, you can clip into the walls here because these are partitions.
Yeah, I did it somehow. I don't know how.
Oh,
I managed to
oh,
do it.
there we go. I did it. I am the ghost above your
I think I
bed.
did it- I
Spooky.
think I did it by, jumping like directly underneath this thing because it like pushes your camera in weird ways.
Oh
so
shit.
then I don't know. Anyway,
I can see your names popping up when you're jumping on there, but I can't see your heads. Oh, no. I see LF. Hi, LF. You're coming through the floor.
Huh.
Yeah, I think I'll try and get a medium house at some point. Just because there'll be room and I could, like, actually get each of you guys, like, a little space.
do you eat these sausages that are in here?
No, I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
I'll eat the sausages.
What if they were vegetarian sausage?
Oh, then they'd be disgusting.
Yeah, like tofu sausage.
I don't think I have anything.
Delicious.
I don't think I have anything against tofu in general, but I don't generally eat it.
I quite enjoy it in miso soup.
Yes.
I like you take tofu, a little bit of sesame oil, some soy sauce, and like peanut oil, and then you like fry the shit out of it, and then put that on rice with some tahini and some roasted broccoli.
I see you guys are running to see my neighbor.
It's
Huh?
just running.
Oh,
Tyler took off, and I just took off after him.
I was looking for the bell so I can see what my
It's
retainers have stored.
literally right outside my house.
Well, I didn't see it on the map, so
I
I wasn't looking that hard.
I'm very proud of the location of my house because it's literally right by a bell.
I have this. Hold on, let me change it. This one.
Oriental Super.
Might be. I'd take it, but it might be too big to display.
Well, I mean, I'm not using it, so if I can get it out of my retainer inventory,
Always sell them.
they're not worth anything. Alright, here's all my random crap.
I do not need paintings.
I'm just going through what I have. This one.
Don't need any of those.
The mole
Not
banana.
one of them. Oh, the cake. The cake we can take. We can celebrate people's birthdays with that.
Always take cake.
Have a chocobo. Have one of them, but Alice is vegetarian.
Morin cool.
I mean, that doesn't stop you from serving meat to other people.
No, but a spit.
Anyway, is any of that you want?
The cake.
Always take cake, Jake. Unless it's a fake.
Get out of here. Alright, which way is back to the thing? This way. Where is this?
Past the candy place.
No, I mean,
Your
where
left.
is it? Like,
53. Plot 53.
no. What is this place?
Lavender beds.
You've gone to the wrong place.
It said left.
You went right.
Yeah, but it was like on the left, though.
Go up and around the candy place. There you go. Here's my house. Here's the summoning bell.
I'm assuming this is a large plot. It's fucking huge.
Which one? Cake.
Here, I'll just give you this.
Okay. Which one are you looking at, Dave?
I'm just wandering around. There is an
36. 36 is large.
yeah, 39 is actually made of food.
Have you seen my neighbor?
No,
The gingerbread house directly next door?
Yeah.
that one
Like
is
the
a
fruit for the roof?
And they got lollipops in the, yeah. Jump on over to my neighbor's house.
it's a good neighborhood. Schools are great. Very little crime.
You
I
can
would
eat
have-
your neighbor.
Well, see, the problem is this is how you get ants.
Yeah. At least they're all gonna congregate on my neighbors.
Yeah, but your
Place.
neighbor's right next to your place, so like, there's gonna be
Oh,
billions
that-
of ants right
just
next to your house.
That just siphons the ants away from me.
But it also summons ants to you.
Look at their little fountain here. I was considering buying this one.
What, the inflatable pool?
No, it's a fountain.
No. I like the stupid frog.
Fucking Pogoro or Pirogo or whatever they're called.
Cute little
Roach.
gazebo. Not enough room in my state for one of these.
Oh well.
One day, I'll buy a full-size house.
Well,
Someday houses will be real.
in the interest of getting on with it, where do we go to start our next quest?
You can go to
The hell?
Damn.
where is it? Ul'dah? Ul'dah. I
Oh, for
think.
the emote thing? Yes,
Yeah.
Why am I going to Ul'dah?
For the
For
emote thing.
the Manderville, the gold saucer thing.
You say so.
For the current event going on.
Oh, the Make It Rain event.
Yeah.
A prickly plaint?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, where are you running to?
What? Me?
Dave gets into the city and just starts fucking running.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
You
I
should see me
thought
play
he said-
Barotrauma.
Well, he said the proper quest
Yeah.
thing, so I figured he saw it
But
on the
he-
map and was going
he-
towards that point.
He was already like halfway away from it. Like
Oh,
just running to another.
it's like an ooh piece of candy kind of thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like Dave.
Time to go to the Aft Castle. Also, I don't know if it... I think I turned the music up. So now it's really loud.
That'll teach you. That'll learn ya.
It's true. It's not true. I won't learn.
Why do I not get a prize for jumping to the top of your house? How dare?
The only
Wow.
prize you get is falling through the
Yes, your
rooftop.
house.
and then having to pay
I'm up
for
on
it.
I'm up on your roof.
I've done that.
Although I'm trying to get up to the tippity top.
I can get on the chimney.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Senor Sabotender.
There we go. Hit. Oops. Hit. Hit. There we go. Now I'm up on your roof.
You want a prize?
And you can't get me down.
Technically, I think I could. I could evict you.
Cohesion, thank you for subscribing for 27 months. That is a long time.
But that just keeps me from going inside your house, not on top of your house.
Here is your prize.
Yay.
I kind of want to see if I can build off of here. Like, get over to my backdoor neighbor's estate.
Which one? The one over there on the left, or this one right here, the log cabin?
The log cabin.
Hmm.
I don't think I'd be able to reach the taller one.
Probably not.
This is a nice little viewpoint. You can see a whole lot. I'm very happy with my house location.
Tyler. Heck you too. But thank you for subscribing for 19 months.
You got it.
Also, a reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a subscription to any Twitch channel you'd like every month. You don't have to spend it here, but spend it somewhere. Give someone your Bezos bucks. It costs you nothing.
And it costs just
Except
Bezos
for-
money.
Well,
Not
Sort of.
technically. He's not in charge of Amazon anymore, but
This
I
scene
mean, he
cannot
still
be
has like
skipped.
stock in the company. So
Yeah.
the less Amazon is worth, the less money Bezos has. So if we just destroyed Amazon, we could destroy Jeff Bezos. Yes, cat. What do you want? Yeah. What?
What in God's name is going on with that Mikote?
She just has white lipstick on a black face.
yeah.
I'm amazed you picked both of the wrong answers. There.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, I mean, that's Dave to a T right there. Ah, suck it, Dave. You can't skip it. Did I put anything on my chocobo? I might have. Nope. Got a lot of faded copies of Orchestrion those.
Sexual harassment wins the day. That's horrible. You monster, LF.
So is sexual harassment.
Also true.
I'm gonna go deal with my cat
This is the realm-renowned mascot of the Manderville Gold Saucer.
while you hang out with the cactus.
While you hang out with the Lalafell pretending to be a cactus.
Easy peasy.
I hope I picked the right one that you're going to next.
Well, I gotta go down the stairs.
Or use, crystals.
Bleg. I ain't got time to bleg. Now, Limsolominsa is, as always, a nightmare.
What's the plaza? Haha, I picked correctly.
Kyokyorun.
Will LF get here before I move on? No.
You could hit the cat pot and become a jillionaire. How does he fit his head in that costume? That's what I want to know.
Carefully.
It's true. The power of magic and physics.
I want to know why, if a Lalafell can stick their head in a costume like that, why we can't put hats on our bunny ears.
Because cheese.
I think you're the first person to come down here to talk to him.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Everyone else talks to him from above.
If it's spectacular spines you seek, none are senior to Senor Sabotenda. Hey, watch them spoilers. I still haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home.
Who said that was No Way Home?
I don't know. It's a Spider-Man reference I don't get, so I assume it's from No Way Home.
How many cartoons are there? How many
Enough.
comics are there?
get on it. I know! It's not in theaters. Streaming is weird and fucking, you know, shit. God damn
It
it.
wasn't theaters.
I didn't go.
I don't want to wait for it to be in theaters because it's not in theaters. But I didn't go see it when it was in theaters.
Yeah, because there's, like, this whole pandemic, man.
Just saying, they're like complaining that it's not in theaters when you didn't go see it when it was in theaters.
Skip cutscene.
I ended up watching it through Amazon.
See, that's what I want to do, but I also don't want to pay for it. Or rather, I don't mind paying for it. I don't want to buy it. I want to rent it. And
It was
Amazon.
available to rent. We rented it. We did not buy it.
Yeah, the last time I checked was in March. And it was only available to purchase.
Go watch it tonight.
I can't, I'm streaming.
Tonight.
Huh?
After.
I can't, I'm sleeping.
You don't need it.
Actually, I kind of do.
Alright, I will look up where we start the
Dun.
then.
Alright. Show left, show right, and show left.
Go feet. Let's make this guy sparkle.
I'm working on it.
Do the other one.
I did do the other one. Oh wait, no, I
you're-
didn't.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
You can turn yourself while you're doing it too.
Not on a controller, I can't. Hey, look, another person. They didn't even pay attention. Oh, nope, didn't even care.
Nope.
Senor Advisor.
All right, we're all done. The current events. Now,
We have to wait for Tyler. Yep, I know. Alright, while we're waiting for Tyler, I'm gonna...
wait, where's Tyler?
He said he was gonna go deal with his cat. See?
Oh.
We have finished
Well,
the
back.
event.
Hooray.
So where do we go?
Charlotte.
The hell?
You going to hell in a handbasket, you old man.
Dad always said you're going to hell if you don't change your ways.
And I said, good, that's where I wanted to go. Sounds like a vacation spot, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Madre de Dios. Alright, Tyler.
What?
Oh, we're in Old Charlene. We shall wait for you
I
here.
already did the first part.
Oh, well,
Oh.
fucking... God damn it.
Well, I figured I'd just pick up the quest, but I mean, there's like a intro part.
Small business, big dreams.
I'm McGina.
Cataroo.
Do I get new clothes out of this, Tataru?
Not here. If at all.
Okay.
Ah, Totaro, she's the best scion.
Really is.
These fucking gold resellers are just... Why are they back suddenly?
So, if I remember correctly, I'll wait until we're done. Because...
Oh my god, I just love that she's like, obviously you're gonna help me. It's like, well, I see that my mind is made up.
You've never said no to anyone. So.
It's true.
And that's the entire point of the...
Literally, the one person we probably should have said no to, Xenos, at the end of the goddamn universe, it's like, nah, let's fucking duke it out, man. Let's go.
Well, that's the thing, is you didn't have a good reason to say no.
Yeah.
Just don't want to. Fuck off, Xenos. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, you can just say I don't want to, but you don't have, like, a good, like, moral, high ground reason to deny him that. Is the point. Saying, no, I'm too cool to fight you. Oh, no.
All right. So we have 3 parcels to deliver to 3 places.
So, what I was gonna say is, I think the way Square Enix does it is, they don't ban everybody immediately. They like gather up all the information they can on accounts and IPs, and then they send out a mass ban. So they'll let these people dig their graves by spamming the guild shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just annoyed because it's that same stupid 5whatever.com.
Yeah.
Finally, I can demand an aetherite fee. What did it actually give you the opportunity to get that aetherite fee?
Oh, she just said, of course.
But then doesn't give you money.
Correct.
Of course.
Maybe she'll reimburse you at the end.
Also, he'd probably have stopped you if you had tried to leave without fighting him, so you may as well suck your chin, raise your fist, and have it out. Yeah, it's true. Xenos is a demanding guy.
Because it's impossible.
Yeah. It's like licking your elbow.
That people can do.
Some people.
You have to be double jointed in specific parts of your shoulder, I think.
Or have a really, really long tongue.
Not double jointed, no. Yeah.
The reason you
Long
couldn't
tongue
leave
work.
is you can't teleport when enemies are nearby.
Except you can do that in Final Fantasy.
Well, I mean, you also threw your teleporter away, so... Kind of the entire reason why you were still there.
Also, it was tuck your chin.
Sure.
A big-ass boat. The Astalicia. Oh my god, it's got fucking 3 decks? Jesus Christ.
waiting for the lighter flood.
Hmm.
Hey,
There they are.
I talk.
As long as it's not another bloody apocalypse.
I think we're fresh out of them for the time being.
Thank God.
I mean, we know there's going to be another one.
Of course there is, but at least we don't have to worry about it for now.
Oh no, it's you again.
Can I just... Hey, your crew seems busy. Now we just need to get a Monolane on board. He's useless when it comes to work.
He loves to talk.
On the one hand, I'm wondering how this is going to turn into some kind of an adventure. But on the other hand, I remember that during Stormblood, the adventure was, we just need to get some money, and this guy's offering it to do some minor thing, so...
So it's more like, we need money, so I've heard there's treasure here, so let's go get the treasure. And then it turned out, like, oh, now all the four lords and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And Katara got, like, a shit ton of cash.
More money than her body could handle.
There's no such thing, Dave.
At least not where Tataru is concerned.
I'm gonna be right back.
That's weird.
Okay.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Aleph is just like, God, it's in my eyes! All the glitter! Ah!
I mean, she's wearing a mask, so it's fine.
The mask has eye holes.
You
Maybe.
can't see through them.
They're not very good eye holes, are they?
Well, I mean, you can't see what color LF's eyes are. So clearly they have magical, like, you know, sunglass material in there.
They're Adam Jensen glasses.
God.
I didn't ask for this. Mundane sunglasses material. I got a feeling this level 33 person is just looking at us like, what are you doing?
I mean, there are weirder things.
It's true. 27 Marauder. 24 Lancer. All these people are newbies, too. Foe Strikers Tabards all over the place. It's true. That's why they're newbies, you can tell. Well, relative newbies. It's almost like Mune gives some of the game's first quests. Not at level 27, she doesn't. Oh, wait. This is the Titan questing, isn't it? Almost. It's like that, right around that time. Oh, yeah, it could be Hockey Manor. Good call. Good call. Remember, all you kids watching. Tataro would say crypto is a bad investment. Tataro has only your best thoughts and has only the best of intentions for keeping you out of trouble. Don't invest in crypto.
Look, Tataro knows what's a good investment and not.
It's true.
Like, for example, don't buy expensive swords.
Don't say money is no object, because it is.
It's the ultimate object.
Ooh, a level 2 newbie. Oof. Man, the last time I was level 2 in anything was Blue Mage. I'm pretty sure that got introduced back in Stormblood.
Blood.
Stormblood. Bligstrom.
The next class is going to be...
What do I think the next class is going to be? I'd love to see Geomancer somehow. Or some kind of class with a whip. That'd be cool. Beastmaster, maybe? I'm trying to think of what classes used whips. I think it was basically just Beastmaster in 5. And then Keistis in 8, but that's besides the point. The upper classes on the proletariat. It's true. Man's keeping him down.
Freelancers, apparently.
Well, freelancers can use anything.
Yeah.
The freelancers have no specialization. That doesn't mean that they are a class.
Yeah, but you didn't specify that it had to be exclusive to a class.
I think it'll be more... Amsel says I think it'll be more original classes like Reaper and Sage. Sage isn't... Well... Sage is
Original.
The weaponry
Sage
is.
Well, yeah, but Sage is a special class out of Final Fantasy III along with Ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja.
Ninja. honestly, of all of the classes that they've introduced in this game, there are two that are truly unique. And one of them is cribbed from two other games. And that one's Gunbreaker.
Well, you're not gonna get Monk. Not Monk. Mime.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Trying to figure out what the
Class they
classes.
might add next.
Yeah.
Gambler might be fun.
Lady Luck.
Just go full Setzer.
Sage's original and all but name? I guess you could argue that.
I mean, what other game has had? I'm here.
Final Fantasy III had Sages. They were
Yeah,
very
but
mechanically different, though.
But did they have, giant fucking cannon guns?
No.
But they were like fucking nuclear magic cannons.
God damn it. I have the control scheme for DDO, like, in my head now.
Mhm.
So it's making running around annoying.
Blue Magic Gate. Okay. Yeah, Sage in Final Fantasy III is the ultimate mage. Can cast white or black magic and has the highest limit for number of spells.
Let's see. We have enough melee DPS. It's got to be a physical range DPS, right?
And that would be of the ones that are left, Gunner. They'd have to make something up because there aren't any more.
Yeah. Some kind of throwing class? I mean, Dancer kind of does that, but...
Somebody that uses boomerangs.
The Hope class? Ugh.
Yeah. or uses whatever the fuck Vanille used.
Binding Rod.
It's a fishing rod class. Like, Reaper's just like a enhanced botanist, right? Why not an enhanced fisher?
There's your whip class.
Exactly. Yeah, please, a whip class.
That's what I said.
Give us a BDSM class.
Jesus.
That's not what I said.
Make it all keistasy.
Blue mage?
I mean, that's already a thing, but...
I mean, she is I mean, that's what she was, so...
In as far as the Final Fantasy VIII characters had classes.
Yeah.
They could all be whatever.
Well...
They kind of all had two classes. They had like a base thing and then a enhanced.
Well, it's like, Zell is very obviously a monk.
Yeah. Selfie
Renoa,
Selfie was
very...
the
Go ahead.
white mage / gambler.
Well, I mean, Renoa was also, like, white mage.
Renoa was black mage, because she was also
Well,
the sorceress.
She was, but she also had, like, a lot of abilities that healed, didn't she? Like, with, didn't Angelo have, like, some healing stuff?
Some minor stuff, yeah.
Tangentially, yeah.
She was more of a ranged class than anything.
So
Beastmaster, because she kept throwing dogs at you.
Yeah, black mage for her. Fucking.
Irvine is just gunslinger.
Yeah, gunslinger. Squall is just a warrior. Just a classic Final Fantasy warrior.
I mean, Squall is a gunbreaker.
Well, now.
Yeah.
But if you had to boil them down into Final Fantasy classes, it was like fighter.
Fighter, monk, black mage, white mage.
Oh! Magic Knight.
And I don't know how much that would be any different from, like, Paladin or, like, the existing fighter or whatever.
I want a magic damage tank or at least magic themed. Yeah. That would be awesome. Like Magic Knight as a like a magic themed tank would be awesome. But they would probably end up having their own like unique shit. So Keistis is Blue Mage because it's funny to make her devour things. Devouring has nothing to do with
the meme.
with Blue Mage. She's
It's a
item.
Mage ability though.
She ate them to gain their power.
Wait. Oh, the Colosseum. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I probably should have just aetherized there, but whatever. If any class came from 13, I'd rather it be the Lightning class than Hope or Vanille. Lightning class is just Gunbreaker again, with an actual gun.
I just want to stop hearing about 13 and also 7. I am so sick to death
But-
of Final Fantasy 7. I'm just no more, please.
But Alec,
Rebirth.
I'm no one's slave.
Uh,
So bad.
man,
I gotta.
we're gonna
and then
do
they
that
do
on the
the-
channel, and I'm gonna make you do it.
No, you're not. You're not making me do that.
I really hope they just go for enhanced Fisher for the next class, and it's just like a whip user.
Magic Fisher.
Yeah, with like history in fishing, like
like a-
Wawalago becomes the next
Class guy.
class trainer.
But it's also like a summoner, like a hybrid summoner, like
Oh, you fish
Ranged-
up.
hybrid summoner range DPS sort of deal where you like fish up things and they attack people, and you also
Perfect.
whip people at range.
What about like a melee class that uses like clubs in some fashion? Berserker. No, that's just warrior.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say like Marauder.
It could also
Warrior?
use spears, maybe. Yeah, but spears are
Dragoon?
lancers.
Acrobat. Magic user.
Acrobat. That's the best class.
Good old acrobat.
More like acrobat.
Got him. Yeah, the fisher could use spears. Beer fishery.
About Chronomancer. Ah, how about a Waka class? Throwing blitz balls.
Ugh.
That's just Dancer again, though.
He's basically like a gambler, too.
A little bit. Yeah, because he had like the slot mechanic or whatever. didn't he?
Exactly, yeah. Maybe the mascot job from 10-2.
True. That would allow all the people in like the chicken suits to have their day.
I could see the psychic class, actually. Everyone gave me shit for using the psychic classes because it put everybody in cute schoolgirl uniforms.
Also because it was OP as shit.
It was pretty strong.
Do something nice for the best scion? Sure.
You Sherlin.
Not out of here yet.
I mean, Pippin doesn't know that. You could just like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
What's the next class? It's a DPS. Two giant fuck off weapon class. Called the Soldier.
Might have to stop playing then.
Then we could convince Fen to play more.
Yeah, but then he'd have to get through the well. Don't you have to like get through like certain bits of the story to unlock like new classes or whatever?
Only to a certain level.
Yeah.
Ben's got that in hand.
That's actually a good idea. Oh, is she sweet on Pippin? Pippin's sweet on her.
We did it.
We did it!
Saved the day.
Indeed. Is that literally
Is that
it?
I guess for now.
I want an Imperial Gun Swordsman class.
There's got to be more to it than that.
Well, while you figure that out, I'm gonna get my.
Was that it?
I don't know. I doubt it, because I mean, you have to finish the thing. Is
Maybe
like
they'll,
another quest we have to go somewhere else for?
maybe they'll add in the rest later.
Do we have to go back to Old Da or something?
It would be weird for a... We have ninjas, clearly we need Vikings. Also true.
That's Marauder.
And it's also true.
Let's see. Grand Endeavor.
I guess we're gonna get a new quest every patch. Talk to people,
Oh, that makes sense.
and it's gonna involve a lot of the side stuff we've done too.
The side characters.
So if you've done like the raids and
Which we have.
storylines, it'll be different.
Which we have. All of which we have done.
Except for like Bozja and Eureka.
Yeah, but those are dumb. I just want to start on a relic weapon. God damn it. Then we'd have something to do.
Then do it.
You want to go
No.
do Bozja?
I mean, we could do Bozja. LF, you want to do some Bozja?
You want Bozja?
Yeah.
Oh, Amshel, did you see my house? I have a house.
You know what? LF brings up a salient point.
I don't know if I want to jump into a Goliath right away. I have DDO.
Yeah, no. How about
What's it
tell you
called?
what? Tell you what, we'll do something else instead.
Video muscle memory.
Please tell us before signing us up.
Okay. What the fuck is it? Yeah, there we go. Let's do some Titania. Unsynced. Just, you know, for giggles.
Oh, so we're gonna die.
Unsynced.
So we're gonna die.
Why?
Why are we gonna die?
Because it's last expansion's trials.
So
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna
it's unsynced.
kill it.
We're gonna die.
Well,
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
It's on normal. I mean, we could do it on extreme. I haven't done it on extreme.
We die. I guess I'm ready. Sure. Send us in, coach.
Oh God!
Oh shit, we're gonna kill the fairy queen.
King.
Fairy person.
Fairy monarch.
There you go.
They do specifically call Titania
Yeah, I know.
king.
They call him a king. Yeah.
Them a king.
Yeah.
How do I play this game again?
That's exactly
like
what I
this.
was like.
Come and play. For the night is
Wanting to
bright
warm
and
up.
You can sleep when you're dead.
La 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 la.
God, this music is so discordant.
Love it.
Is it?
It's not discordant. It's very cordant.
It's dissonant, I suppose is the right word.
Are you trying to say like it just doesn't fit what we're doing?
Yes.
Wait, wait, wait.
Then that is not discordant or dissonant.
What is it?
Inappropriate?
I guess. What would...
We're getting one.
I did it.
When you play with fire.
Oh great, I gotta turn the thing on.
I want to get in water, I think.
Oh, wait, it was on. God damn it, game.
We're sick of this crap old castle. Let's play in fire.
I really like the Fairy Tribal Quest series.
It was good. Got to help Titania out.
One of them.
This one.
Yeah, but not like.
Yeah, not the current one.
Yeah.
'Cause that's Feul.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna die here.
Yeah, well. Extreme we die.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking is, because this is
Oh, yeah.
only a level 73 trial. This is
Yeah.
a leveling
It's like,
trial.
you know, yeah.
I was thinking that 8 level 80 ones.
Yeah. Which is this one? You punch the mustard one first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Die, Mustard. You don't belong in this world.
In this world, Mustard.
Okay,
No.
thank.
Mustard.
I'm not really a big fan of mustard, personally. Nothing wrong with
I
it.
love it. It's great stuff.
I like it on hot dogs. And I like honey mustard dipping sauce for like nuggets and stuff.
Like your honey musty.
Bigger is better.
And also, this song does fit when you actually like look at the lyrics.
Oh, absolutely. It's just, you know, it's a big fight and it doesn't seem like it's right, you know? That's all. It's a great song, don't get me wrong. I love it. It's just would not be my first choice.
Well, I think it fits thematically.
Oh yeah.
It's
Where she's like
very
crazy.
much, well, she's having fun
Yeah.
for the last time.
As a fairy would do.
They're having fun for the last time. Because they've been trapped in here and unable to have fun
For many years.
since they saved the realm.
Yeah.
And dance like the leaves on the ground.
Being mortal.
And in a way, it's like a compulsion too. Like they can't help. They're without moral anymore, and a fairy.
Well, were fairies ever with morals?
There could be like Beowulf has morals.
They're not what we would normally consider morals. The term, I believe, is blue and orange morality as opposed to black and white morality.
I mean, they like randomly turn people into bushes and stuff like that.
Yeah. In their mind, it's good, but yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Like, it makes me think of, in, the third Dresden Files novel, he goes to his godmother for protection, and she says, okay, well, I'm just going to turn you into a dog, because then you'll be protected. Nobody will know to look for you. It's like, ugh. And then I think it's in Cold Days at one point, he needs to get... No, it's, Small Favor. He considers asking the fairies for help with his current thing, and then realize that they would just break his legs to keep him out of the current problem, and they'd call that helping. So, yeah. Fairies have their own ways of doing things.
True that.
Alright, Bozja?
Yeah, we can do Bozja.
Bozja. Oh, God, I hate going there, though. Such a pain in the fucking ass.
I'll pay.
I'm paying. I already got there.
Okay. You can pay the 1,200.
Sure. I don't care about money,
Oh, my cat's all sad.
as cats are wont to be.
Ah, look at this place, all fully reconstructed.
Sure.
Fully reconstructed for me.
Correct. They're working on it, though.
Maybe.
I have a bunch of shit that I could sell them.
Welcome back. Or what class should I level?
I don't know. Monk?
Nimbus Rider?
You can level to 90 in Bozja, right?
Yes. I believe you just get lower XP after 80, but you still get XP. Oops. Can we
Wait
go in?
till LF gets here.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I left. Did that pop for you?
We
I think LF just gets teleported to Bozja regardless.
Okay.
XP isn't too much lower. It's still a very good way to level to 90.
All right.
I am resistance rank 6.
I am resistance rank 9.
You can go to the next area, right?
Yeah.
I'll teleport there.
Yeah, let's do
Don't
that.
just run.
I haven't attuned to this aetherite? What the fuck?
I mean, it makes sense.
Save.
Da-da-da-da-da. I do love the music here, though.
All I can hear is near music right now.
Oh, well, you're in a pod, aren't you?
I'm gonna get those pods.
Great mount.
Oh, I went to the wrong one.
Oh, Lana's stand.
You went to the better one, actually.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a fate right here.
Yeah, but I can only get to Olana's stand, so...
Yeah. I traveled here in solidarity.
You a gunbreaker? You are. Cool.
Gotta level it. I'm certainly not gonna tank random dungeons.
Not at 90. Well, you're not 90, but you know what I mean.
81?
We can go to
Okay.
what's its place for your jacket that you never got.
Jacket.
Dave.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Alright, what now?
We can do Scala.
Yeah, that's it. Scala.
Oh, fuck off. Everything about that place can die in a fire.
And I got my thing out of it eventually.
Yeah, did it take less than 32 attempts?
I don't remember. It took a lot.
Oh, I guess I should pay attention to the fact that we don't have a healer.
Ow!
Yeah. Usually don't need a healer for Bozja.
Apparently you do.
Tyler is very dead.
The main thing is, I don't think you want to, like, have aggro on everything.
Not unless you can self-heal.
Bastion Beast.
What are we collecting for the... I've completely forgotten.
I mean, also we have a problem where we have 3 tanks in our party, so...
We need 3 varieties of memory and 20 of each.
Yep. I'm not bothering with that.
I just don't know how many I have already.
You should have an item in your inventory.
Okay, I've got 2 of the dying, or 2 tortured, or 3 tortured, and 1 sorrowful. Great.
Yep. I got 6 tortured, 1 sorrowful, 1 harrowing.
Gunbreakers don't have a relic I can get.
Yeah, they do. Crown's Blade.
Save the queen, right?
The Crown's Blade is the base
that's
item.
right. I need to go buy a bunch of shit. That's right.
Are we registering for this Metal Fox Chaos thing?
We good.
We have
All the-
45 seconds.
Those things are fucking wild, but you want to register?
Where?
Leader needs to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Click on the
Resistance
resistance
recruitment,
big flashing button on the top right.
or wherever you got it.
Oh. No critical engagements available.
You might not be high enough level.
Not have the area. Seriously, you're not gonna drink an essence? I don't know what that means.
Yay, I got a Bozjan cluster.
All these Magitech parts just hanging around.
Yeah, get them and turn them in.
Everybody.
I do love that this quest is called Parts and Recreation. Oh. Essences are stuff you get for turning in fragments, and they can do very fun things like lifesteal and super up your defense or attack. According to Amzal.
These are so, you need so many of them.
That's your holster, right? I haven't
Yeah,
gotten.
Lost Finds holster.
I have not gotten good things from my holster. I've turned everything in I've gotten. Man, I just a whole bunch of nothing.
Well, we're trying to fill up that bar there.
Huh? I'm not talking about the faith.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm talking about the holster.
Lost
Okay.
Finds holster.
Like I've turned in every, fragment I've got. It's garbage.
Yeah.
And killing these things is all well and good, but what we really need are these parts.
Yep.
Killing the things gets you parts.
Does it? I haven't gotten a single part.
You have to manually pick them up.
No, you should have a bunch.
Oh, it does say that I am obtaining them. Okay. It didn't before.
It was. Anything that has like the little red symbol next to its name is giving you parts.
Oh.
Turn them in.
We did it.
You did it. Go south?
Is that not the same one that we're in right now?
Huh?
Oh, no, the one... Never mind.
Yeah.
That one's already 90% done, though, unless we're talking about Sneak and Spell.
It's the only other one that you can do.
Mm.
Range.
I'm
Okay.
sorry that I'm too low rank.
That's why we're here, right?
Get you up to the rank.
I need to turn off mount music because I got in the car.
And that song started playing. If only you could turn off selective mount music.
Yeah.
Instead of all of it, yeah.
I got a sorrowful memory of the dying.
I was about to res that guy that was dead here.
Oh no.
Then he like disappeared as soon as I got here.
Mm-hmm.
No, fuck him. Let's kill this thing.
Well.
Stompy, stompy, stomp, stomp, stomp.
Want to get the mount speed increase for here.
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
I've done I've tried to do Castrum once, and we just didn't have the people for it.
Right.
So that's where I am in the stories. I still need to get that done.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm like just about to unlock the castrum.
Well, I got 70 metal from that because it ended just as I got here, basically.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. I need 700 to get to the 10th rank.
I need like 5,500. Hey, I got a Bozja Klooster.
Boy. Oh, the monster mash.
Thank you. Damn it.
It's about to be another one here.
Oh.
Everyone's running, so... yeah.
It's right here. I think everybody was going back, possibly to level up.
Nah.
I'm sorry, is this guy called Hernaeus the Tenacious?
Yeah.
Give this guy a fucking hernia, I tell you what.
Tortured memory of the dying.
Oh, he's so tanky.
Yeah. The bosses are, like, straight up not soloable.
I mean, I get that he's tenacious, but fuck you. I'll get you, Tenacious D!
All of them are like that.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking lame. Let's go, Cage. You're coming with me. Taste my lightning, fucker!
What a terrible but enjoyable movie that was.
And just like most of Tenacious D's music, really.
I mean, they're about as, like, I mean, they're basically Ninja Sex Party, so...
Or Steel Panther, or...
Tupperware remix party. That is fucking Panther. Fuck him.
DWRP doesn't really make parody songs, though.
Yeah, they just do their own
neither
shit.
does Tenacious D. They just make comedy music.
I was actually listening to Twerp the other day, and my god, Starlight Brigade is still an amazing song.
Yeah. I don't know how much comedy music they do. Like, just,
They do some.
outside of Insect Party.
Well, their comedy is more less overt than Ninja Sex Party. Like the song "The Hit" is like meant to almost satirize like hit pop songs, hence the name.
Oh.
But it's also a good song, so you know. Thank you, LF.
Everybody running out of the blue. Sweet,
Did it.
sweet baboos. Did I eat it? There's one to the east.
I
More
gotta go
machine
level up.
now than man. Twisted and evil.
Twisted and evil.
Oh, Castrum's up. I'm not gonna go do that, but it's up.
Alright, you. Give me my rank.
Ah, fuck.
Give me my rank up.
Bit
Motherfucker.
more.
I did it.
Hooray. Oh no, it's Gamma B or Gamma R1. In Sonic Adventure now, boys.
Alright, I can do my rank 10 thingy thing quest.
Huzzah!
Alright, can we do this resistance recruitment thing? Nope.
No, you gotta get way further on in the quest.
Oh, it does not help that I'm getting like 700 metal here. Jesus. Oh, we can join this. Vigil for the Lost.
We can get that one, yeah.
Well, this quest is Lady of Blades, which I think is unlocking Castrum whatever.
Yay!
So, I'll do that after this thing. Because there's probably a cutscene.
Get in here with your AoEs and fuck everything up, Dave. Like,
I'm trying.
you know, tag everything you can.
Yeah, I got copper. 70 metal.
Well,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just, you know, wish I could get more.
it's weird.
Ornaments.
Wow, the Tachikoma have gotten meteor looking.
Oh no.
Oh no, is this a guard
Just
scorpion?
help us all.
That's starting in 2 minutes, I suppose.
Alright, I'm gonna run to the
I
bathroom
know.
super quick.
So these fights I've noticed are fucking busy as shit with a lot of stuff to dodge and stuff that'll just fucking kill you. So have fun.
Yay.
I don't have that one. I don't have any good ones.
Yeah, I should probably put stuff in my holster.
There's a couple of them that are very, like not in the first area, but in like the second and third area. There's some ones that have
I
a
have
lot of
returned.
shit going on.
I note that we don't have a lot of people here for this.
Oh,
I got 29.
there's a lot
Out
of
of
people here.
48.
There might be
Yeah.
more showing up towards.
That's the maximum.
Yeah.
I've seen this done with like 8 people.
Yeah, it scales.
Skills, alright.
I mean, it scales to a point.
Right.
I wouldn't do this solo.
Yeah, do it solo.
I mean, if you're the only one that signs up for it,
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you
But
can
yeah.
beat it solo.
that's what I mean.
Right.
get out of that.
Moving safety locks.
Everyone's getting behind it. Okay. Okay, yeah, run.
Help. Ow.
Oh my
Bernie,
goodness!
Please. Help me.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna...
This seems really bad. Hey, I lived.
It's
Third.
not done yet.
Use your Aurora third. Use your Aurora. It'll keep you alive.
I think it's done now.
I used my R on Rowan.
That was probably really nice of you.
Well, I did manage to survive that, so...
My gunbreaker is trained in the forge of Heaven on High. I use my healing immediately on whoever gets hurt.
Right.
Apparently, Amzel says if you manage not to be hit at all during that, you can be challenged to a duel. I don't know what that means.
Maybe some guy pops out of the machine and is like, you there, I wish to fight you.
Oh, it's a second fate, but for one person. Interesting. Well, he's dead.
Yeah.
We did it. Ooh, 2
Lock
lockboxes.
boxes and a lot of metal.
1750
I got a lot of
metal.
for that.
I still need like 2,000 metal to level up.
Alright, I'm gonna go do my quest thing.
Ace is high. Recruiting combatants. That must be the people that missed. Or that did it without getting hit. You qualified? Oh, let's go watch you fight.
Do it.
LF qualified.
I want to watch.
Third likes to
Where are
watch. You can just watch on the stream, Tyler, if you're watching that.
It also happens here. So.
Well, I gotta go do my quest thing, so I'm just gonna...
Okay.
I'll watch it on Dave's stream.
Oh, you weren't picked? Lame.
Oh. I think I only
Clan.
got hit once, so I was very close. Let's do seek and destroy. Get it? Seek. Aha!
Ha 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 ha. Alright, Bozja Gen, give me a thing.
Bozjelman. Behold.
Oh, this is the epic music.
Wow, really? Holy crap. If a person succeeds in a duel, they receive special history notes, 99 boxes, a boost to metal received, and whoever watches them succeed also gains a metal XP boost.
Nice.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Very premium.
You should have stuck around and watched that guy.
Mega poggers.
Damn it, keep doing that.
Another one right here. Everyone else is running to the north one, though. Eh, we'll do this.
Whoa! Oh, fuck, I am dying.
Please don't.
Quest accepted. Castrum Lacus Litor is now accessorizable.
Let's put some, some vajazzle on that then. We're gonna accessorize it.
Exactly. I'm gonna open my lockboxes while I'm at it. Quick arm materia. And oh boy, magic prism.
Yeah, it's all garbage.
But it's garbage you
Iron.
earned, and that makes it valuable.
It's
Or does it?
Here, you appraise my fragments.
It's all junk. Oh, it's precious memories. It's junk.
Oh, that was certainly a movie.
Oh, I just realized you were talking about the Richie Rich movie.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I remember,
Uh,
like, the ending of that movie, but I could not tell you what happens during most of it.
I was talking about Labyrinth.
I mean,
Oh.
the same thing happens in Richie Rich,
Yeah.
where the guy breaks into like the vault at the end, or like kidnaps him to go into the vault, and he's like, "Where's all the money?" It's like it's
like-
all shut. It's like, "These are treasured memories."
Yeah.
It's like, "Well, where's all the gold and whatever?" It's like, "All my
like-
money's in the stock market."
Yeah, it's like invested in various fucking things.
Asset
Idiot.
funds or whatever. It's like, it's like, did you expect like a Scrooge McDuck like vault of coins or whatever? Oh boy. All right. Where should I meet?
You know what
Uh,
movie?
just
Uh,
past
Hello.
Olana.
Yeah.
Please.
You know what movie is actually fucked up now?
What's that?
Like on re-looking at it, I have not rewatched it. And
A lot of
probably
them.
bad idea. Blank Check.
Oh. The
There's so
one
many
where like the
wrong things in that
30-year-old woman falls in love with the 13-year-old kid, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
wait a second.
isn't that just because she doesn't know that he's like?
No, she meets him and gives him a full-on tongue kiss at the end.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yes.
She's like a journalist or whatever.
It's
Uh,
creepy.
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
I remember
Wasn't
really
very
liking that.
90s movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. 90s, man. 90s are wild.
See,
I-
you liked it because there's like there's a lot of like wish fulfillment in it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I would love to have $1 million and
Be kissed by a beautiful lady.
wait, yeah, fucking $1 million would do jack shit.
He buys a fucking
Was it
castle.
$10 million or
It was
whatever?
$1 million.
Yeah, it's $8 million.
God.
And he
That's-
commits
That's
massive
all that
bank
shit
fraud.
for $1 million.
That's how far $1 million went in the 90s.
He bought a fucking castle for
He can't
$300,000.
even buy a house for $1 million. I mean,
Couldn't even
that's
buy a
like big-
shitty house for 300,000.
Yeah, well, I mean, I bought my house for 208.
You had it was an inside job.
Yeah.
The value of okay, so I've lived in this house for like 4 years now, almost 5. No,
Wait, nothing.
like
What?
was it 2017, babe,
Nah.
or 2018? She's not paying attention to me. Anyway, the value of my house, just because of the housing market, not because of anything specific that we've done to it, has gone up by 50%.
I'm sure.
It's friggin' ridiculous.
Does anyone want to live in a house in North Dakota? Free, no rent. Utilities paid for. All you got to do is help clean it up.
No, because you have to live in North Dakota.
That's fair. I had to clear out my parents have to clean out my grandma's old house, but I aren't doing shit.
Hmm.
Well, the other thing is like since I don't know who the house goes to. If you're, I mean, I assume is your grandmother passed or?
Yeah, my dad owns it.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, if we went in and fixed it up, then it's like, oh yeah, let's give them like the benefits of fixing the house.
Sure. I mean,
I gotta go
Yeah.
rank up, so just ignore me.
get to live somewhere for free for however long. Maybe it goes to me too. Like, fuck it.
Also, it's worth noting that you do not want a house to be unoccupied for an extended period of time.
Oh, it's been unoccupied for years.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just as long as somebody's not squatting in there.
So houses require maintenance, and if nobody's lived in there for years,
Well,
Probably
as long
needs
as you're
more than-
maintaining the house.
There's a reason why I'd be like, we need to fix this place up.
yeah.
It's also, it wouldn't be cheap.
Yeah.
Renovating a house is not cheap.
I didn't say renovate, but there'd be some.
You'd have to renovate something. Like, you'd have to, like, it wouldn't just be like cleaning things up. You'd have to replace stuff, like rusted old
Oh, yeah.
pipes and stuff like that. It's like, it adds up. We spent like, I think like $60,000 on our house already.
Yep. There's a difference between adding equity to a house and adding sweat equity to a house. Sweat equity is very valuable.
Yeah, that's why we're like getting a ton of that, because my dad's doing all the work.
Yeah.
We're
And
not
that-
hiring a single person to do the renovations, and therefore our money is like going double the distance.
Yeah.
As long as you're able to actually do it and not like fuck it up and then have to go buy more stuff and then fuck it up.
Well, I mean, he's a construction worker. It's kind of what he does
Yeah,
for a living.
Yeah, my parents tried that.
Yeah, if you don't know what
boy.
you're doing, then yeah, you need to hire some. Well, because like he's putting in like hardwood floor, and he doesn't do that. So he's gonna like hire someone to come in and like sand it when we're done, because he don't know what he's doing with it. And my God, that's $9,000 worth of flooring that we don't want to fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Especially now, hardwood is expensive as fuck.
Well, that stuff we got was cheap because we got like it was like reclaimed like trash lumber or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Well, not trash, but it's like it came out of like old like beams from old buildings and stuff like that. So there's like nail holes and stuff in it, but you got
Yeah.
like a really good deal on it. It's kind of got like a nice rustic look to it.
Yeah, there's lots of ways that you can save money on that. We don't actually have hardwood floors. We have laminate floors that look like hardwood and stand up to damage a lot better. So,
Alright, turn in your things.
welcome to Adulthood Chat. This is where we talk about houses and house ownership. It's really boring. It's not really boring. I find this stuff fascinating because there's so many little aspects to it. But I know that there's a lot of people that are like, oh, nice that you guys have got a house and I can't buy a house. Like, I know, it sucks.
It's like I wouldn't have been able to buy a house if it wasn't for the fact that it was my grandmother's and she wanted to get rid of it and sell it to me at cost.
Yeah, that's a big deal. The
Like she owed like 120 on it. Or my dad did because it was basically his house.
my
That and I took out an additional 80,000 to put into the house or whatever.
yeah. My sister-in-law was trying to buy a house for. I'm gonna go do this quest. Actually,
Oh,
Yeah,
you
he's
got
got to
that?
unlock the next area.
Oh,
Just follow him over there because there's sure
Yeah.
to be other things over there.
here.
my sister-in-law was trying to buy a house for a very long time, like months. And the problem was the housing market in this area is so hot that somebody would list their house for
Yeah.
ridiculous amount, like $300,000. And she would go in and say, this house looks great. You just put it up on the market today. I would like to make you an offer. And they would say, okay, we'll consider it. Turn around 2 hours later and said, somebody's giving us $100,000 in cash above what we asked for. So we're going to go with that.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
She eventually did get a house.
To speculate in real estate like that, though.
She did eventually get a house, and her house is nice. She's doing a lot of renovations to it, though. Like, personal renovations, not like... She's doing it, a lot of it herself, and a lot of it she's getting an expert for, but...
Right.
I'm under attack.
We all are.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Nah, it's fine. This is my part of my quest. These guys I can take on my own.
I kind of thought you
I
were
feel
here
like I'm
with
doing
us.
anything to these people. Is there actually anyone here?
Us?
I don't think we can do this alone.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Hyperbolide.
Heck.
Super bolide, not
Yeah, hopefully
hyperbolide.
the upcoming recession will drive down home prices.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yep.
Boy, I can't wait for everybody to blame Democrats for that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that whenever it's after a Republican president has taken office, a Democratic president takes office and there's a recession? Huh? Huh?
Oh, I
Can't
wonder.
imagine why. It's not like, you know, an economy takes like a long time to react to things that has happened to it.
Mm-hmm. Except emergencies. Emergencies, it doesn't.
Well, of course, but I mean,
Yeah.
like the whole current issues with like, you know, shipping and all that stuff. Like that's just like a perfect storm of stuff that happened like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And also current events.
Damn it. Stop making me run.
Oh, fuck!
Alright.
I went down to 6 hit points, so...
Thing.
Oh, that's fun. That tornado actually is like an HP to 1
Oh, yeah.
attack.
I'm gonna
Very
find out.
dangerous.
Ow!
Yes, I would prefer if we don't talk about politics. Because it makes me upset. And
Yeah.
it's boring and you can't get away from it most of the time, so...
I-
Let's be a
I
happy,
either-
fun stream.
I either need to get like a pair of headphones or stop taking my walks in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm just gonna think about politics the entire walk, the entire uninterrupted like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
you need to
ugh.
put on like an audiobook or something.
Need to get like a fucking phone that I can connect something to. It's not a piece of shit phone.
What kind of phone do you have?
Yeah, I mean, just get like anything with Bluetooth and just get a set of Bluetooth headphones.
It is a the best I can describe it as a generic.
Gotcha,
No.
gotcha.
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Cheap as shit. Oh, you didn't unlock the next area? Dave?
I have to go back and turn in the quest.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm doing now. A Nokia.
It's an LG something.
I'm trying to think if there's like any like cheap alternatives for stuff like that.
I mean, they just came
I
out with
could-
like the remade Nokia 3310 or whatever.
Do you guys want to do kill it with fire?
I have no problems with that.
Sign us up, baby girl.
We just need to get Dave up to level 10 so we can do cast from whatever.
Lacus Litore.
Yes.
Lock us.
Actually, my phone just ding-a-ling, so let me go check.
It's going wing ding ding-a-ling ding ding ding-a-ling do.
I think the next time I upgrade my phone, and this might be a bad idea, it probably is, but the next time I upgrade my phone, instead of trading in the phone that I have, I'm just going to be like, no, I'll just pay for it. Because I traded in a fucking iPhone 6 to get my iPhone 11. I think it was a 6S. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you like $35 for it. And I'm like, What?
Get more than that on eBay.
I got like the Samsung Galaxy S22, whatever. But I got like $1,000 off on trade-ins. It was only like $300 something or whatever.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that get like the new iPhone every time. I literally just finished paying off my phone. Because we did it on like a $25 a month plan for both of our phones. And
I
it took...
guess people are able to do that because they can trade their like iPhone 12 in for an iPhone 13 or whatever.
Yeah. But I don't understand the desire for that. Because like I looked at the iPhone 12 and I'm like, it doesn't look all that different. It's a new screen. It's brighter and more colorful. I'm like, this is bright and colorful. What's the problem? You know? I don't need to get the new hotness. I'm not going to buy... When I was working in finance, there were people that would literally buy a new car every year. And not like a car, like a truck. A truck started at like $48,000, right?
Isabella.
Oh, you're doing the pose.
Yeah, show the other guy. What? What do?
But I don't understand people like that. I'm just about to pay off my car. I've had it for a little more than 4 years. It's like, why would I then immediately trade it in and start up a new loan?
I don't know, but I bought my car. Like, I was leasing it, then the lease ended and I bought the car.
I will say that
I'll
I'm...
probably sell it for a pretty hefty profit because it's a hybrid Ford does not make anymore.
Yeah. I will say I'm not a fan of leases for cars, but, you know, you do you.
What's your favorite episode of Character Select? The one where they talked about the economy for a long time.
Look, sometimes you just want to talk about money, alright?
What was the question there? Oh, no, sorry, leases. I don't mind leases. It's great. Like, I got a 3-year lease on a Fusion, and then when that was up, I traded it in and got another brand new car.
Do
Yeah.
not get caught in the middle, but swap colors.
Yeah.
So I thought leasing was great.
You're a little quiet all of a sudden, Tyler. Just FYI. I said you're a little quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, my microphone's a little over there. How's that?
Much better. Yeah, like I said, I don't particularly like leasing, but you do you. I mean, I'm not going to say it's bad.
As long as you don't do a timeshare.
How do you feel about leashing?
I mean, some people are into it.
Always leash your pets when outside.
True.
Spay and neuter your pets, too.
That
Unless
too.
you breed them.
Unless you breed them.
Well, I mean, spay and neuter the ones that aren't breeders.
Yes. Which we do. We actually offer anybody that buys our puppies, we give them like a rebate, basically, to cover the cost.
Right. I was lucky with my cat. Like, he came like full package, like
gotta get
dewormed, pre-microchip, pre-spay, neutered.
Same with us. We weren't actually allowed to adopt our kittens until after the shelter had spayed and neutered them. Which we were happy to let them do because they included it in the cost of the adoption fee. And hilariously, when we had our first cat, Kaylee, we got her spayed? Yeah, spayed. And then, like, 4 months later, she went into heat again. We were like, hold on a second. You shouldn't be able to do that. You don't have the parts. It turns out that they had missed a little tiny piece of her. Yeah. And regardless of how much, how much of the organs are left, The cat can still go into heat. So she did.
Wait, is anybody still dead there?
I don't
ran
think
away.
so.
I ran away before. Okay.
What's your level, Dave?
7.
How far into 7?
I need 10,500.
Well, 11,000.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this in. I'll get like 1,500.
This monster followed us all the way into base.
Yep.
I'm gonna open my boxes.
I have 6 of them.
I got 2 because I keep turning them in. Oh boy, an indigo star and an indigo star.
I got a weapon. That's neat.
Meh.
A thaumaturge
Helldiver
weapon.
SD. What is that?
Oh, it glows. I bet this sells for a lot.
Hey,
Model.
I actually have another quest here. Huh.
I also got
Yeah.
Helldiver SD. Ooh, and a fountain.
A fontaine. Mahal.
That was actually
Fontaine.
4 out of 6 were actually useful-ish. Like, not garbage. Not just like fucking prisms. Like this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you saying prisms are useless, third?
Yes. Would
How
anybody
dare
like
you.
one of these?
No, I think I have like a flower corsage somewhere.
So if I already have field notes on somebody, can I just throw them out or do I turn them in somewhere?
Talk
Beam
to
them
the
out.
historian here. The historian here will turn them into lockboxes.
Like
What- oh.
boxes.
So here, trade. Oh, I can't trade while bound by duty.
No, your duty.
Let's open these two and get prisms probably. Orchestrion roll that I have.
5
And
lock
another
boxes. Great. 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 A Seeing Horde Codex. Cool. Great.
Oh boy, do you want what I got, third?
What?
Yes.
Prism?
Wait.
Do you already have this one?
If it had, oh, it has a little check mark now, so yes, I do.
Does anybody else need that?
I'll take it.
Can't
like-
give it to you right now, so.
All
we'll
right,
have-
so
Wait.
Dave
once we're out of
needs
the
it.
duty.
Oh, I already have it. Never mind.
Damn it, Dave.
Look, I'd
Wow.
be glad that I asked. Or checked.
You don't really have to check, you just hover over it.
I know, but I wasn't hovering over it. So
I'll take it.
I have
What?
I have this other quest, which means that I need
Uh-huh.
to go here.
What's the Friday night paper fight today? 80 and Highlander, okay.
New D&D book comes out soon.
Hunter's Guide to Innistrad?
No, sadly. I would unironically buy that book, even though the Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft just came out
I feel
relatively
like-
recently.
They can cover 2 different things.
Yeah. I mean,
They can have different feels to them.
I can't disagree with that. I mean, for one thing, Innistrad is like very Bloodborne, whereas like everything else in like Von Richten is usually like a lot of like gothic. Like, specific old monster movie horror stuff like Frankenstein and Wolfman.
I mean, that is Innistrad, too. It
Well,
just also
Innistrad just has.
had that Bloodborne phase.
Well, I just think that that's something they could lean into.
Yeah.
Like they could go. What wasn't there like a dude in the moon that was like important? And then there was, like, all
Emrakul
Yeah,
is
that one.
trapped in the moon.
Yeah, and then there's like all the bug transformation people. It's like, oh, we found the secret knowledge, and now we're
Yeah.
bug people.
Yeah. That thing.
I might be in trouble.
Sure. Where
So
are you?
I have 6 Dullahans on my
Oh, you're all
ass.
the way up there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
I've-
fun fact about that quest.
Yeah, you go in during the day.
Yeah. Or, what you do is you walk.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
there.
walk,
going to kill me.
Yeah, they're gonna kill you. Don't fight it. Just die.
I
Or
refuse.
try to run away.
No.
But I believe
Oh,
during the day,
God.
they do not aggro on you at all.
If you go during the day, they aren't there.
Well, yeah. But I basically, yeah. If you go during the day, then it's like way easier.
Also, if you just walk,
They don't aggro on you.
Like, walk not run or walk not mounted?
walk.
Yeah.
If you go super slow, their aggro thing is based on sound.
Their vision's based on movement.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, let's try it. Also, I just
Something
lost
under
fucking
my-
840 metal,
Under one of
goddammit.
my keys that I need to get out of there.
Could have had one of us res you.
Meh.
That would save you some metal.
Yes, especially since you're the one that needs it right now.
Meh. Nah. Nah. Meh.
I attracted a gunship.
Don't do that.
Sexually attracted to me.
We talking MTG now? I'm liking this new set, the criminal one.
New Capenna.
Streets of New Capenna.
I love the flavor of New Capenna. The limited format fucking sucks.
I've heard it's not great.
I did one draft, and I think I splashed 4 colors.
Don't.
And I
the
actually
game-
got 2 wins, so whatever.
The draft format sounds like it wants you to be 3 colors. It does not. It wants you to be 2 colors with like a minor splash. Because there's just not enough support for 3 color.
Right.
And honestly, like the big problem is it.
I can't believe this works.
The
Yep.
quest will tell you that
Yeah.
they're based on sound. What was I talking about?
New Capenna.
Yeah, the draft format is so bad. It's actually like put a lot of content creators like they'll do anything but draft it.
Right.
Like it's gotten people into constructed that have never don't play constructed on their streams.
Right.
Limited is drafting. Limited is you only use the cards from that current set, and you're opening 3 boosters and passing them around and all that.
Drafting and sealed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at that big boy over there.
I generally only play constructed because I like having my
What's
cheap-ass
the walk button
bullshit
again?
weapons. But
On the numpad, it's the slash.
the divide symbol.
So, Glav. That looks like a fun guy. Oh god, he's coming this way.
There are a lot of good commanders in there. I don't know if the set was made for commander because I don't think there's a lot of I don't think there's a lot of expensive cards in the set, like commander staples, bootlegger stash, sure.
I find the bizarre fetch lands to be weird.
Yeah, they're just a tap land. You
Yeah.
know?
Play this, exile it, play another a basic land, get 1 life. It's like
Sack it.
Well, sack it, yeah. What did I say? Tap it? I meant sack it.
You meant you said exile it,
Oh.
You almost done up there?
which would make it much
I
worse.
just finished that quest. Yes.
Cool.
You teleported away.
They
Yep.
get 5 colors of mana.
2 or 3 you put it onto the battlefield, you sack it, and you
Oh,
fetch
right.
one of the 3 colors that's in
Yeah.
that crime family.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's got to be basic though.
you play it and then you play it, sack it, and then it's put a plains, mountain, or swamp. Make sure onto the battlefield tapped.
Not one of the families.
You know what I mean.
That would be a wedge set. That is Abzan? No,
it.
Abzan's green. That's Mardu.
What are you doing?
Running around.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like pulling all these mobs.
Yeah, just ignore them. I don't fucking care. Let's head over to this thing over here.
Yeah, well, I can't pull out my mount now.
Oh, sorry.
Good job. They're gonna follow you for a while too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, more resistance tech.
You motherfucker. Not this one again.
Mm-hmm. This one
Yeah.
again.
It's okay. Once Dave has the new area unlocked, we'll have more.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now my favorite deck that I play in Magic is I call it the copy deck because it uses Arcane Bombardment and just goes fucking nuts with that bullshit. And as it turns out, once that pops off, unless you have enchantment removal, you're fucked. 'Cause it just gets worse every turn.
Give me the left. God damn it.
I think one of the top decks currently.
It's like I went to right click on that and then LF just like ninja appears in front of my mouse cursor. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to the new book, the Radiant Citadel one.
Okay, I have a question about video games. And this is for you too, chat. What, with the admission that I have not looked at it at all, beyond what other people have said about it, what is your opinion on Starfield?
Looks neat.
Looks like another Bethesda game.
Yeah. I'll take it.
I played hundreds of hours of Skyrim, despite how much I dislike some of the shit they do with it.
It'll
will play
be-
Starfield.
It'll be incredibly moddable. It'll be passably good gameplay-wise.
Buggy as shit
Sure.
with mediocre passable gunplay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, it'll be as good as Fallout 4.
It's probably going to be better than what's it?
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
No, Outer Worlds was Obsidian, which is why I
Yeah.
didn't like that game.
But like, at least Bethesda has a bigger dev team to like iron out the kinks, and they've had Fallout, 4, Fallout, 76 to work on that.
But I mean, it's expected that their games are always going to be a horrific, buggy mess out of the box. They never release a game in like a workable state day one.
Well, that's also Obsidian.
That's definitely Obsidian.
Sometimes they even manage to fix the game, but not usually.
Like, Fallout New Vegas gets more praise from everybody, but
Fallout New Vegas is
buggier-
my
it's buggier than Fallout 3 and 7 or
yeah.
4.
Fallout New Vegas is my least favorite Fallout.
It's the best
Like, I
one
hate that game.
story-wise.
I don't
But-
even like the story. I think the story's the weakest of all of the Fallouts in New Vegas.
Eh,
It's like you don't have any. Why are you doing the things you do in that game? Like in 3, you have you understand why you're like going to these places. And New Vegas is like, oh, this vague revenge story. Then once you get the shit back to like once you kill what's his face, it's like, well then what? Why do you have any reason to do anything the house wants you to do?
Yeah.
Other than, oh, you get money.
well,
It's not a good story.
you don't have to do anything House tells you to do.
What? I know, but you know what I mean. It's not a good story.
That's on you to like determine where you stand in the Mojave.
Like, it's not on me to provide my own narrative.
Well, it allows you to like be like, all right, I don't really like House and all that. I'm gonna join Caesar's Legion, or I'm just gonna work for the people. Like there is that.
I'm going to take over the
Little bit.
Mojave because I don't like any of these options.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
you can't.
do it
You can't
myself.
really take. You can't take over the Mojave.
Yeah, you can.
You-
That's the wild card.
No, you can't.
with the Yes Man.
Yeah, but you don't take over. Yes Man does.
Debatably.
Yeah, but he always does what you say. To the
That's
point.
Also, no. Yes Man does whatever anyone tells him to do.
Yeah, you eventually figure out how to fix that. But at one, if you start like destroying out potential allies that he suggests, or the best thing is if you destroy the Securitron stash, like all the things that are supposed to be your army, he's like, "Huh, I mean, that's definitely a good plan. You must know what you're doing because obviously because he's a suck up, right? I don't understand how you're going to take over the Mojave without an army, but you do you." It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't like New Vegas at all.
Um,
I've tried to play it so many times. It's just like it's so bad.
but the reason that I'm interested in Starfield, having seen nothing about it, is because it is a sci-fi RPG open world game. And there are
many open worlds.
yeah, there are
Uh,
very
Man's
few
Sky.
games. Yeah, but there are very few games like that,
Yeah.
and
They're,
that drives me nuts. Sci-fi is so rich. I want it to be good, but nobody makes games in that.
Sci-fi also is like, what do you mean by sci-fi? 'Cause, Blade Runner is sci-fi.
Sorry, I mean space travel sci-fi, space opera, I guess technically.
Come on, space trucking.
Yeah,
Even
like fucking.
they're procedurally generating the whole planet for you, so you can land anywhere on a planet.
Right.
Wasn't there another game that
Nothing
was
to do.
supposed to do that?
Hmm?
I feel like there was a game that was announced like 20 years ago that was supposed to do that and failed.
Oh, you mean Star Citizen?
No, that was announced 10 years ago.
I love that Star Citizen's been this thing and everyone's hyped for it, and they're all like, "All right, later, we'll get this out later," and then Starfield's like, "All right, next year, here you go." It's the exact same thing Star Citizen's been promising.
Yeah, but Star Citizen's just a cash-in.
That's what yeah, that's the point.
Star Citizen.
Been promising, promising.
Star Citizen is an NFT. It doesn't actually give you anything of value. It just exists.
I mean, say what you want about Bethesda's, games. At least they're like, all right, here's the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, regardless of whether it's a good game or a functional game, it's like here's the game.
it'll be
We
all
made
right.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, we've come to expect your fucking shitty physics engine by now. It's like...
Yeah. It's part of the
we know-
charm.
It's a known factor.
Ella-
It's just gonna be just fucking... You'll in Starfield, you'll be able to pick up a bowl and walk through a wall.
Yes. Because of their approximation technology. Also, LF says...
You'll be able to walk through an airlock in your ship and out into space and fall forever.
Yeah.
LF says 2022 gaming standards, at least they release.
Not wrong.
It's not wrong.
The guy I hate most in Fallout New Vegas is the guy who, when asked if he had a degree in theoretical physics, responded that he had a theoretical degree in physics. And he got the job. I realized that there was no way he could have gotten a degree, so any degree he could qualify for is indeed theoretical, but I felt so goddamn justified when I immediately shot him in the face.
Well-
Yep.
Well, there is like a society in Vegas. Like there is the New California Republic.
Yeah.
They might have like a university system where you could get a degree. You want to do
California's not a small
the Shadow of
place,
Death's
so-
Hand, Dave?
Oh. Yes. I thought that was an ace recruitment. I don't know why.
I'm closing in on rank 11. Why do you think Caesar knew about the Roman, or Kaiser knew about the
Kaiser.
Roman Empire? I mean, that's how it's supposed to be pronounced anyway. It's C-A, whatever.
Yeah.
With a K.
C's in Latin are always hard C's, not soft C's, I believe.
Something like that. They sound like a K.
Yeah. But yeah, I want more sci-fi space travel games that are personal rather than grand. You know what I mean? Like, I want to focus on my character and the people around me amidst the backdrop of space travel, as opposed to the backdrop of space travel and I am the leader of the grand alliance that is going to reshape this. I don't necessarily want that. I want to play Han Solo, not Luke Skywalker. I don't even want to play Han Solo. I want to play fucking the Mandalorian.
Mondo Gabachok.
I
Random guy in the background.
No, I want to play the Mandalorian from the first episode of the Mandalorian. I want to be that guy who makes a living just going around doing jobs.
You mean Han Solo before New Hope?
I mean, I guess. But you know, that's like, there's so many stories that you can tell there, and everybody's like, no, you've got to be the leader of the Grand Parliamentary Alliance Special Tactics Unit and bullshit.
Well, it's an RPG,
Yeah.
of course you do.
Sure.
You want to play Firefly, not Serenity.
Yes.
Or
Well
Cowboy
put.
Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop would be great too. You know, I don't... I mean, a grand story is great, don't get me wrong. I will always love Mass Effect. But at the same time, I feel like there's just so many stories that you could examine there that are lost when you focus on the space wizards.
Man, I could not play Morrowind.
I tried to play Morrowind. Cliff Racers, man.
I could not... not even Cliff Races. I cannot figure out how to do the combat in that game. It's so bad.
I
Not
mean,
great.
the whole game is super jank.
Like, you try and hit... Like, I went into a cave and tried to fight a skeleton and, like, just died to one
Recommend.
skeleton.
Oh, get over to that. Oh, yeah.
Woo. Okay, and we're back over here now.
Like, it's so hard to hit something.
Gotta follow the pack. That's what I'm learning.
Vadalin also has a good take on it. He says, you want to be or become a badass, but you don't want to be important. Yes. I don't mind working with important people, but I don't want to be the important person. Like, think of,
Hero of your own story.
I mean, sure, and you can be. But, like...
But it's just, it doesn't make a sellable experience.
I know, and that's the problem. But think about, like,
Like, what you would want is to play a tabletop game where you can be whatever the fuck you want.
mhm.
Like in Cyberpunk, you know, in like the Cyberpunk tabletop game, you're just stealing from whoever. You're never gonna be. I'm gonna like nuke the White House or whatever, you know.
Right.
Now we're on a list.
Whatever it is, you know. The Nakatomi Plaza.
Mm-hmm. Arasaki.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Arasaki Tower is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, all of those
Arasaka.
Arasaka.
Arasaka. But you're never like, I'm changing the world sort of deal
Right.
in games like that.
But I want to be the hero. but
Sure.
The story doesn't have to be grand.
Right.
That.
Like,
That's my thing. I don't want to be just like the mook.
yeah, and I'm not saying that you'd be a moot.
Isn't that kind of like what the Bard's Tale is like though?
The one with Carrie Elways?
Sure, where you play like the bard and you just, it's a very like personal adventure, and I think you kill like an evil overlord or something, but he doesn't really give a shit about it.
At the end of the Bard's Tale with Carrie Elways, you have the option of killing the big bad, and everything goes back to the way it was, where you save the world, but Nobody gives a shit.
Baying of the Hounds, Dave.
Unable to register, one or more party members are incapacitated.
Wow.
Yeah, at the end of the Bard's Tale,
Party
you...
has what?
What?
Nope, hold on, we're registered now. Alright, sorry, go ahead.
LF was dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the Bard's Tale, you can kill the big bad, and everything goes back to the way it was, which means that the Bard is once more back to doing bullshit jobs for bullshit money and never really happy. You can side with the big bad, who is actually, not all that bad, just wants to, put a lot of undead out there into the world and, maybe take over a little bit. But hey, your life is going to be better. Or you can say, fuck this shit, I'm out, and leave. Just be like, I don't want anything to do with any of this, and just go.
Right.
But, like, think about the...
I like this little Lalafell here.
Which one?
The little one up front.
Is that Tataru? What?
Adorable.
It's like the Harebrained Schemes BattleTech game.
Mm-hmm.
You were, a badass. You led a badass crew of badass mercenaries driving badass metal. But you weren't the hero of the story. You were helping somebody else's story to progress.
Yes,
You
but
know?
ultimately you were the hero of the story.
Right, because that's how it has to go. But
You're not the hero of the story in terms of the in-universe narrative.
right,
The history is gonna be like, oh, Kamea was the hero that
right.
the sword of reclamation or whatever.
I'm back.
Well,
Really had to pee.
But it's really hard to describe, I guess. But, I want deeply personal stories set across a grand background. And maybe those deeply personal stories can potentially change the grand background, but I don't necessarily care if they do or not. I want to exist in the world without necessarily having to alter the world completely.
But you alter it by existing in it.
But
Yeah.
you don't have to alter the grand world.
Right.
Like, you can have smaller stories.
Well, going back to the BattleTech example, in BattleTech, the way the universe is set up, there's always going to be 5 grand houses, and nothing that you do personally or as a mercenary company in that game, in that universe, is going to change the fact that those 5 houses are going to do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, sure, but you can say the same thing about something like D&D, where it's like, no matter what you as a player do, the multiverse is going to keep on trucking on,
Right.
doing its thing.
Oh, except
Well,
some campaigns are like,
I mean,
oh, you're gonna go kill God.
like it depends on the campaign, but generally it's like, oh yeah, it's like no matter what you do, the fucking Torm is gonna still keep doing Torm things, or
Get out of the way of those things.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a certain scale, yes, what you as a player do has no bearing on anything whatsoever. Like in Cyberpunk, nothing you do will affect, the state of the world. Like
Right.
Arasaka will still be Arasaka. And,
The big players don't give a
everyone will
shit
be-
about what you
Oh,
do.
yeah. Don't be in front of 'em.
Everyone will be still living in like a shithole, and
But at the end of the
nothing you
day,
as a player will make that any better.
but what you can do is make a difference in like 1 or 2 people's lives, avenging somebody, rescuing somebody, making the darkness a little less dark. And that's
Right,
cool.
but you can take that to any scale.
Right.
It's just that, like, you want it on, like, a local, like, I want to help my block or whatever.
Right.
Rather than I want to help my city or nation or whatever.
Right, and it's very hard to tell that story. I
It's
will
like
admit.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you're like, oh, we got to help the Grove and blah, blah, blah.
And then eventually you're taking over 3 cities, yeah.
It's like thinking of a Batman storyline versus an Avengers storyline. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, or like a Spider-Man storyline.
No,
Like-
Well, yeah,
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man-
still
Well,
Spider-Man's still pretty
gener-
fucking high.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man's
Big.
generally still stuck in New York. Like, he's
Yeah.
like a very localized superhero until like he's like paired up with the Avengers and they bring him out to space and whatever.
I mean, even like, what's it called? Far From Home was like grand fucking. This has implications for the entire world.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just mean the usual Spider-Man stuff. Like, you read like Ultimate
Yeah.
Spider-Man or whatever.
Yeah, classic
That's all just,
Spider-Man
like,
stories are very
Classic
New York.
Spider-Man, yeah, it's just he's protecting New York. That's why you don't see him in like wherever Tony Stark is or whatever.
You know, the better comparison would probably be Daredevil in that case, where Daredevil
Yeah,
is
I
just
definitely
like Hell's Kitchen. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting attacked there, Rowan.
I'm fine.
But I feel like there's a lot of potential for storytelling there, but you know, recently everybody seems to go on the grander scale for storytelling where you are doing things that are genuinely miraculous or amazing or whatever.
Well, I mean,
And that's
we also
not-
have to look at. We
Sells
have to
more
also look
tickets,
at
right?
the MCU. Like,
Yeah.
almost all of the movies that they started out with were incredibly personal and local. Like, you know, Iron Man was just him and Ironmonger or whatever. There was like no like big external threat or whatever. And
Even Iron
you know,
Man 2 was pretty personal,
right?
but it was
And then
growing in scale.
And it's like Thor. You know, it's like Thor just spent almost all of the movie
Turn around.
stuck on Earth, drinking coffee and whatever.
I legit like Thor 1.
I like
think-
the Incredible Hulk movie personally. I thought that one was pretty good, and that was also like a very local, personal story.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, oh well, now it's time for you know, the Avengers and whatever. And then once the Avengers are over, it's like, oh well, then the next series of like even bigger nonsense like Ultron and
And you do still get those smaller stories, like Spider-Man Homecoming was a great small story.
That was like origin story almost, like his first movie in the MCU.
Right.
And you had Far From Home, which is a grander scale.
But
And
still,
then No Way Home, which is much grander, as trailers have shown.
even like the first Doctor Strange movie was mostly personal. Arguably.
And the second one was much grander, yeah. They keep ramping up.
that's what they do in comics though. Like they
Yeah.
build up these stories. And also that's the same thing that happens in RPGs. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you play Final Fantasy, it's like you start Final Fantasy 1 and the whole point is to go save the princess from Garland. And it's like, oh well then
Yeah.
at the end it's like, oh, we've gone back in time and we're killing chaos.
Gone back in
Killing
time
God.
to break the time loop that Chaos has created, so that we
By
will never
killing
need,
Chaos.
so that we will never need rescue the princess to begin with.
Right. But it's just that's how RPG narratives go.
You want Xenoblade X, your character is a customizable NPC that pals around with the main character, Elma, who you meet immediately after character creation. And you still want to be the hero.
Xenoblades.
I still want you to be the hero of your own story. I just don't think that your own story needs to also be the story of the galaxy.
Like fucking FF10. Like Yuna is arguably the hero.
No, Yuna is the hero. That's it. The game is about
But-
her. It's her
Yeah.
But you are
story.
also like the hero of your own story.
Right.
It is also a personal tale of Titus.
The better comparison would be Final Fantasy XII. The main character that you play as is what's his name? Vaughn. The hero of the story is
Oh.
Ash.
Yes.
Like there's
Vaughn is,
there's no way to argue that any other way.
yeah. At least Titus was the main character of his story, and he had a
Vaughn isn't,
story.
even the main, Vaughn isn't even the main character in his own story.
No,
Vaughn fucking sucked. He's a fucking terrible character. Penelo's even worse.
Penelope's the main character of his story.
my god, I hate Vaughn so much. He is so bad.
Did that game come out on PC? Is there a mod that you can just use to remove Vaughn?
You can
There's
replace him with just Balthier, just endless Balthiers.
it did in
Another
fact come out on
fan.
PC.
Is there a mod that replaces everybody with Fran?
Probably not.
I
If
want
only, though.
I want a Final Fantasy game to come out with the modding engine of like a Skyrim game.
Right. Well,
So you
depends on. Let's see if 16 comes out on PC.
So you could just go in there and change everything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to 16. I know a lot of people are
I'm
like,
not.
"Eh."
I'm tired of the the politics of the realm must be attended to, and here the people here are against us, and we're against them, and blah, 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 diplomacy and
Well, see, I think your
trade
character doesn't.
routes.
I'm just saying, I think your character in that game just doesn't give a shit about that. I mean, have you looked at him?
No.
He's a pretty
Oh.
angry dude.
Only thing I've seen of that was like the initial trailer, and there's like one scene from the new trailer that I saw that got posted on the FF8 Reddit. That was just like a literal call out of FF8.
Right.
So glad I keep getting
Yeah.
these fucking magic prisms.
Oh boy.
Well, don't turn them all in individually. That's how you
One
get
at a time.
disappointed.
I like getting disappointment. I have
Alright.
4
See-
lockboxes I can go trade in.
So you didn't unlock the latest?
Time to go to the new front.
Hooray. I'm
Okay,
gonna go
good.
turn in my things and then teleport out there.
I gotta walk
Here,
there
Mr.
first, though.
Here, Mr. Lockbox Man, open my lockboxes.
I am getting tired of picking up all these Magitech parts.
Oh boy, magic prism, magic prism, magic prism, magic prism.
It's
Don't
almost
watch movies?
insulting.
We gotta get
A
you
little
some
bit.
movies there, LF. We gotta make you watch.
Make you watch.
Did anybody ever back in the day play the MMO Earth and Beyond?
No. I did not. I
Man,
don't even know what that is.
it was like one of the first space MMOs. And you created a captain, you had a ship, you went to planets, you did stuff. And I granted this is like reaching back almost 15, 16 years. But holy shit, that I remember it being a lot of fun. And then they shut it down after like 2 years for some god awful reason.
Servers, man.
Yeah. Servers are expensive. It just had so much promise.
Turn
But
in
then-
all your shit quick. I only got 2 things.
I
Call-
got 4 of one thing.
And it's all magic prisms. Battle in chat says, callouts to FF8? Well, found the reason Third is looking forward to it.
No, like it's a scene. But I'll dig up the Reddit post here. Reddit.com/Final Fantasy 8. Let me just make sure I'm auto running in the right direction and not gonna die. Here it is. I'm assuming that's the main character. Standing like Squall.
Where are we?
Put it in the Twitch chat.
Uh,
I'll throw it in Finn.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? That's a pretty generic kind of framing there.
It is, but it's also like it's an FF8 thing too.
It looks
Mhm.
It looks incredibly similar. Yes.
I just love that the Final Fantasy series is so freaking long that it's possible for them to call themselves or make shoutouts to their own shit. You know?
Dragon Quest does that too.
I know. Pressing forward.
Oh yeah, the initial stuff for Spelljammer comes out next month.
Ooh. Excuse me, I have been fighting for like 90 minutes. Of course I'm stinky.
Mm-hmm.
And of course
There's
there's
a
no
shower.
fucking... There's nothing around here. God damn it.
Hose her down. Well, you gotta go this way.
I meant there's no engage... Oh, there are engagements. I just have to unlock it. Okay. The Alamuk climb.
They're just very far up. I think you can just walk up to this next one. This next,
Yeah, I don't think
camp.
this one... Yeah, because you just unlock the whole area.
Yeah. So let's get you over there.
Speaking of Dragon Quest, I've been playing Dragon Quest IV lately. And,
Right.
that's a game.
Sure is.
I love the Dragon Quest series, but God, when you want to talk about a series that lacks characterization, every single character, well, up until like, I want to say maybe 7 or 8.
7 or 8 have
Yeah.
very defined characters.
Yeah. But before that, it was just like, you must save the world, generic person.
Well, I mean, that's Final Fantasy 1 through, like, 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in the original NES versions, like, because they gave, at the very least in, like, 3, they gave all the Onion Knights, like, individual names and whatever in, like, at subsequent re-release. But in 3, the original one, they're like, oh, well, here's all the random kids doing things. Do things, random kids.
Fuck off, Scorpion.
Don't run in front of it.
Fucking break its face.
I will use my face breaker to break his face.
I will break a fist on my face technique.
All right. Now we go back.
Uh,
I'm just gonna teleport back to the last place. Get to this.
yeah.
Lunia's stand? I'd like them to remake 9. You're
Wow.
not the only one.
This cast room has 43 people in it.
Supposedly, they are supposed to be remaking 9. Supposedly.
Remastering.
No, remaking.
They already
I've seen more about
remastered and
that.
it was
They've
terrible.
already done a remaster, and they can't actually technically remaster the game
Because
they don't have all the original materials for the game.
they done fucked up their archival process.
Well, I mean, Square did that a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're known for that.
I think 10 is when they started properly archiving shit.
I would love
It's
a
like-
remake of 10. 10 had the best combat system.
And it's like, of all the things that deserve it, 7 does not deserve 3 entire new games.
Sure it does. It's made the most money.
I mean, in terms of, like, just value to, like, a player, like, it's not... I don't like Final Fantasy 7.
See, I can understand your point, but I also, when playing Remake, had so much fun exploring the new
I
stuff.
mean, I'm not gonna, like, dismiss the game as just shit out of hand, you know? I just don't think it needed to exist.
Fair. But I also really want them to remake Final Fantasy VIII, and God knows
That one
That-
needs it.
there's a lot of people that don't agree.
It's like in Hollywood, the stuff that gets remakes and all that is the stuff that was already successful and didn't need a remake.
Right.
Oh, Vadalin apparently was not talking about Final Fantasy IX, but in fact, Dragon Quest IX that he would like a remake of.
Dragon Quest 9, the
Sentinels of the Starry Sky.
DS game,
Yep.
where you make a random angel person, and
Yep.
man, I hated that game.
I
didn't
beat
hate
it.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was incredibly boring and quit playing it and returned it after an hour.
That's the
I
way we gamed.
I mean, I finished it. Do they have wings? No, they don't have wings. They lose their wings.
Yeah,
Specifically.
I could
Yeah.
not get past the intro of that game.
It was a very
Like,
interesting.
It did absolutely nothing to like hook me, you know.
It was a very.
Sorry.
It was a very interesting story, but the way they chose to tell the story is, oh, you've been cast out of heaven and no longer have your wings? Well, I guess you better go around and do stuff to help people so that you can eventually get back there. Oh, you help people here? Cool, go help some more people. Oh, you help people here? Move on, gotta help more people. It's like, ugh. And then like 70 hours, yeah,
Game.
70 hours later, it's like, oh, you finally made it back to heaven and now you get the story. It's like, oh my god, fucking why?
You know what series I kind of want to get into more?
What's that?
The Star Ocean.
Okay,
I've heard
They're
those are
weird.
all right.
so here's the God's honest truth. Star Ocean First Departure for the PSP, excellent. Star Ocean Second Evolution for the PSP, fucking amazing. Star Ocean, the third one, not great.
See, the problem with all that is it's PSP. Nobody
Yeah.
fucking played the PSP.
Well, Second Evolution and First Departure were remakes of the original games. So, the first Star Ocean game was actually on Super Nintendo. Did not come out in the US. For
Super Nintendo, I thought it was Genesis.
nope, Super Nintendo. It was a Square Enix game. That's back when they were had their love on with Nintendo. But it didn't come out in the US due to hardware limitations. There was something that the cart did that the US Super Nintendo couldn't actually do. Star Ocean, the second story, came out on PSX, PS1. And that's the one that most people are familiar with from that era, or that's how most people got into the series. And
Departure apparently recently released on the Switch.
yes, it did. But they're not doing Second Evolution, which is bullshit.
I got hit by that because I was Googling Star Ocean.
But Star Ocean, the second story, is bad. The combat is good, the story is good, the translation is terrible, the voice clips are god-awful. And it doesn't really make its point very well. Everything about Second Evolution fixed that. Such a better game.
Die already, you fucking piece of shit.
Need more people.
Need more
people to
deeps.
kill.
I may or may not have gotten an emulator specifically just to play Second Evolution. Because I own it, but I don't know where my PSP is.
I remember the early days of like having an emulator. I found like one of the like not main game Final Fantasies, but like
Mystic
Final-
Quest or
Chronicles or something like that.
Chronicles is like, wasn't
Tried
that
to
just
play
like
that
a disc
over
of
and
like
over again.
like 3 and 4 or something like that?
Maybe not Final Fantasy Adventure or something like that.
Oh right, like Crystallis.
Legend.
and whatever.
Final Fantasy Legend on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also isn't that just Crystallis?
Nope. Final Fantasy Adventure was actually Sword of Mana.
To the north,
Crystallis was
No.
just itself.
west, and then north. But
I thought Crystallis had like a Final Fantasy like subtitle or something at some point.
Nope. When it was released on the NES, it was just Crystallis.
So the ones I've played for
Yep.
Star Ocean, I played till the end of time on the PS2.
That's the bad one.
That's the fourth one.
The third?
That's Blue Sphere.
Right, Blue Sphere was on the Saturn. I think.
Game Boy Color.
Oh, well, that's why I don't count it, because it was fucking handheld. I don't know why. Anyway, moving on.
Till the End of Time was the one I played on PS2. I don't remember anything about that one, but I remember like I wasn't disappointed by it.
I would like to point out my biggest problem with that game, other than everything about it, is that the main character's name is Fate Line God. Fate Line God.
Yep.
Let's take a look. Yeah, Fate Line God. It's not spelled like the way you'd want it to be.
F-A-Y-T.
F-A-Y-T.
L-E-I-N-G-O-D, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's pronounced Fate Line God. And you're just like, but why?
But I like it because it's like, it's JRPG, but in space.
Yeah.
But also not in space.
Yeah,
Also
that
in
it sticks you on a medieval planet for 90% of the game.
Yeah.
Which, to
and
be
then
fair, Star Ocean 2 does as well, but...
I also recently had Integrity and Faithfulness.
Which is the sixth one. Right? Sixth one?
Yeah.
And then the one before that is Star Ocean The Last Hope, which was okay, but not great.
Never played that one. But
Again, a thing I would like to point out that I have a problem with that in that game. The main character's name in Last Hope is Edge Maverick.
Edge Maverick.
Like, come on.
Integrity and Faithlessness was main character was Fidel Camus. So not a dumb name.
Fidel Camus?
Camus.
C-A-M-U-S-E?
Z-E.
Z-E. Oh god, it's worse.
How's your level there going, Dave?
I need like 10,000 more to get to rank 9.
Oh boy.
Back to the last area there.
Yeah.
If we move forward, more stuff is gonna pop,
Nope.
so...
Oh, right
Back
behind
the
us.
other way.
But yeah, that was one of the things that I really liked about Star Ocean's the second story. The main character's name is Claude Kenny. Like, super normal. You know?
Yeah, but I want to be a guy named like Beef McLarge Huge.
Slab McHard Body. Brick.
Punch your face.
You gotta remind us when you get on the mounts to jump in.
Brick ton of man. Sorry, I'm done with that now.
I got in the car once and nobody got in, so you gotta tell people.
I feel like it takes so long to get in the goddamn car that we just gotta move.
Yeah, that's fair too.
And they're all on. Now
But
they're
does LF have mount speed increase?
Maybe.
If so, then it's better. Yeah, see?
not. Ow, my face.
We want to get in that carriage.
I had a lot of shit over here.
Yeah. I like being able to get hit by something and survive.
Right? Tanks are the best.
And, you know? Spent the whole game knowing that.
Yeah, but the problem is
LF, no!
you just stand in everything.
I mean, I try not to.
I mean, when we're doing some miscellaneous stuff.
I don't really dick around in bosses or anything.
No.
Vadeline says, played Last Hope on the 360. I could never finish it, and I intended to play it further, but I just couldn't. I don't know why, but I just couldn't. I got pretty far in that game, and then it just started getting really fucking dumb.
And I picked up
There is a
Speaking
new
of-
Star Ocean.
I picked up Dragon Age on Switch because they've announced like Dragon Age 2, and I was like, I never
Dragon's
played the first
Dogma.
one. Whatever, Dragon's Dogma on the Switch, because I'd never played the first one,
Yeah,
and everyone's like, oh, this is the best game ever. I love this game. And, like,
it's not great.
it fucking pisses me off to play.
Yeah, it's not
Kind of
great.
like
Your AI partners are like one of the dumbest pieces
yeah,
of shit
I
on the
mean-
planet. I fucking hate them.
I wouldn't.
It's like, yes, I would like you to spend, 30 seconds casting a heal spell when I'm only missing 1 hit point.
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in those guys, but
Just looking out for you, boo.
what?
Go ahead, Third.
Die not third. I'm on the way. Oh. The Dragon's Dogma is like it's like an Elden Ring-y,
Open world RPG.
Dark Souls-y thing,
But
with
not.
like grappling.
But the
It's neat.
grappling doesn't work.
Doesn't work great.
No, you try and get up on something, and it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes climbing up to get
Yeah.
to where I need to go.
Trying to stay on and
It's like that first fight with, like, the Hydra or whatever. It's like trying to latch onto the correct neck to climb up and detonate
Yeah.
the thing. It took me, like, 5 minutes.
it's a cool conceptual game. I never finished it though.
It's like, is this what everyone's, like, been raving about?
All right.
I don't know. Maybe it was better when it first came out and everyone didn't have as good games back then or whatever. I don't know.
All right. Pop quiz time.
Go ahead.
What game, what RPG, I suppose, to narrow it down, do you not like that everybody loves?
That's not a pop quiz.
All right. Popular
Pop
question.
opinion.
Yeah. Pop opinion.
We got an achievement for something. I don't know.
Chat,
what.
you can
Thought I
participate
could
in that
rank
too.
up.
Gluten Yarvin.
What RPG do I hate that that
Well-
everyone else likes?
Well, what RPG do you struggle to understand why everybody likes? I guess is the best way to put that.
Fallout New Vegas.
Okay. LF says Elden Ring, good choice. I'm not sure I would call Elden Ring an RPG, but I guess it could be that.
It's an RPG, Dave. It's an
Yeah.
action RPG.
You level up and blah 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 blah.
Shit happens. Oh, there's one back here.
You collect gear. There's a quest.
Mm-hmm.
They're maidens.
Vadalin says Final Fantasy VII. Yep.
Yeah. One
Yeah,
do I hate?
I will agree with Final Fantasy VII.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand why everyone likes that game.
Not okay. Not hate, but I don't understand the hype.
Okay.
The fucking the murder mystery, the one that Alf loves.
Ace Attorney?
No. Alf knows what it is. The one you tried.
Disco Elysium.
Disco
Oh,
Elysium,
yeah, okay.
I don't get the hype around it. I get like what it's going for and all that. Not for me.
I think I honestly believe that the reason that people love Disco Elysium is because it's so very different than what's come before.
Well, it's also just so, like, in my opinion, like, it's just so humanly written. Like, the characters in there feel like real people.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all, and like all of the like stuff, everything everybody posts is the all random stuff. I know it's
mean,
random
that's-
in context, but
Well,
when
I'm just
what
saying,
they're
like, that-
posting is
Yeah, that's just internet whoring for points. Like, oh, I'm gonna post the funniest stuff, the weirdest stuff. That's gonna get me all the clicks and views and lols. But just like it's a very human story that happens to have a murder mystery in the background. And I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of like an interesting delve into a person's broken mind, like, I don't know.
It tells a story that you don't normally get to see, much less control.
It's like you're not playing like, yeah, I'm ace detective, like hard-boiled, blah blah blah. It's like you are a pudgy, out of shape, alcoholic, drug-addled
psychopath.
Psychopath.
At best.
I don't like that being my character either. Like,
I mean, but then you take that blank slate at the beginning. It's like, okay, the whole point is that he drank so much that he wiped who he was away, and so you kind of get to redefine who you are going forward. Like, are you you were an alcoholic beforehand? Do you continue to drink after that, or do you not do anything? Another fucking indigo star, god damn it.
But yeah, it's an interesting way of telling a story that doesn't come up very often, so.
Yeah. But I understand why you don't like it. It is just, I don't know.
I'm tired of the people being like, it's just like Planescape Torment.
I mean, it is structurally. Like, in terms of how they deliver the narrative, it's very similar in how, like, Planescape, I mean, other than, like, the billion fucking thugs that you have to kill in, Sigil, it's not really a combat-focused game.
Yeah, I don't care about the combat, but...
Right. But I'm just saying, like, Disco Elysium has none of it. There's no combat in the game. Well, I mean, there's, like, a few skill checks that result in you punching people, but...
Look,
it's
the thing you need to know...
It's a narrative-driven role-playing game, where you actually play a role, rather than, I am RPG Mick protagonist that's gonna go here and sword a million goblins or whatever,
The thing that I love most about Disco Elysium is that the first time that I played it, I made a character that had 1 health. Yeah. No, 2 health. Sorry. 2 health. Right. I turned on the light, which gave me such a bad headache that I lost 1 health. And I figured that's fine. I can make it, no problem. Went to talk to the guy, and he's like, you still owe me money for the hotel room. And I chose the option to turn around and run away while flipping him off. Flew through the air, smashed into a lady in a wheelchair, and fucking died. Like 30 minutes into the game. Like 3 minutes into the game.
It certainly allows you to tell multiple wildly different stories.
Yes.
Yeah, like the tone of that story does not match the tone of the setting.
Right.
Me.
Oh yeah, the setting is horrifying.
You can play it absolutely 100% straight though. So like, in like a D&D campaign, you can play it 100% straight, or you can go fucking goofy shit off the walls like we did in the Mad Mage campaign.
Right. But the setting of that, like the thing I love about Planescape is the setting is wild.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And the setting matches the story, and the story varies between being wild and being serious, and the setting can match that.
But I would also argue that the setting in Disco Elysium can be,
it's just
in
serious.
some ways,
dour and sad and shitty Eastern Europe.
Well, Camp Stiva. There's a thing up here.
I just think like that's one of those scenarios where you can find levity in a very dour situation, But again, I understand why people wouldn't like it.
Yeah, it's not a game for everybody. That's for damn sure.
I just get tired of like looking up like great. Looking for like
A good RPG to play
recommendations,
or whatever,
and everyone's
right.
like, "Oh, you have to play this. It's the best game of all time." It's like,
I wouldn't say that. It's a very good narratively driven role-playing game. It's
Well-
not the best of all time.
The best thing that I can say about Disco Elysium is if you've played it for 2 hours and you're not into it, return it. Because it's not going to be any different. Well, it's going to be different in the next after the initial 2 hours, but the initial 2 hours definitely sets the tone
Yeah. You know what game you're playing
at that point, yeah.
within 2 hours.
I should give Torment Tides of Numenera another shot. I'd also bounced off of that one when it first
Right.
popped.
LF says, I want to play in more, I just want more RPGs where you can play a healer, not like a combat healer, an itinerant doctor, helping people and shit without doing a murder. So you want vampire without the vampire parts.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was gonna suggest.
Yeah.
But it's also got the murder.
Well, you don't have to murder. Well, I mean,
Vampire.
I would say
well, I'm gonna say he's vampire without
pathologic,
the vampire.
Yeah.
but pathologic is very Russian jank, so I can't really recommend it.
You could play what's it? Trauma Center. It's not really an RPG
Yeah.
though.
That's more of an action game with story, I would argue.
Ridiculous. So yes, I'm going to slow down time by drawing the Satan's pentagram on this person's stomach with a scalpel, and it'll allow me to kill the bugs that are in them with a laser beam.
Madeline says, Dr. Mario?
They made a Dr. Luigi, you know.
Did they make a Dr. Peach?
No,
Dr. Toadstool?
they should though.
I'm paying attention, LF, in case you're wondering.
But like, yeah, what Peach never does anything other than, well, you know, that's not true. She golfs and tennises,
Yeah.
but she doesn't have any jobs other than princess.
Super Princess Peach.
Super Princess Peach doesn't count. That's her being a super princess.
When you're a princess, you don't need other jobs.
Yeah, but doesn't it get boring?
I suppose it depends.
That's
like
why
you-
she goes and plays tennis and goes go-karting.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, you know, when you retire and you don't have like a job, it's like, don't you? I assume you like do things that,
Yeah, like golf and go-kart.
like,
and
or painting
soccer.
or opening a business or something like that. I don't know. I'm not retired, so I wouldn't know. Where's the guy over there?
So I've been thinking about it while you guys have been giving me your examples about what RPG I don't like that everybody else seems to love. It's a hard question, actually, for me to pose to myself. Because honestly, I've played a lot of games that people have not liked where I've been able to find, like, something really enjoyable about it. But I
He does
think...
bake cakes, yes, Ellen.
I would think that if I had to choose, like, one example, it would be the Ultima series. I fucking hate the main Ultima series of games. Wait, which did I play? 6, 7, 8, and 9. And Underworld 1 and 2. Underworld 1 and 2 are great, though.
Oh, no, LF isn't the person. Where's the guy?
Like,
Where is the guy? There he is.
he's right here. The problem with, like, asking the question is, there's going to be RPGs out there that you're going to hate, but you've never played them, so you can't give a conclusive answer.
Yeah.
Right.
I can tell you what games I've played that I don't like, that were objectively awful. One of them is called Beyond the Beyond, and it's just terrible. There was a game on the PS1 called Shadow Madness, which started poorly and got worse the longer you played it.
Yeah, there was a game on the PS4 called Sekiro that everybody seemed to love. But it was like the worst, most miserable experience I've ever had in playing a video game, ever.
Oh my god, easy answer. I can't believe I didn't think of this. Legend of Dragoon can kiss my ass. Legend of Dragoon sucks.
Fuck Sekiro, man. That was like worst game of that year for me. Worst game of a long time was Sekiro.
Wait, where did you guys go?
Let's go north here.
Hold on.
But yeah,
Second place.
I've tried to like Legend of Dragoon so hard.
Which one is that? Olana.
I played it a lot. I own it. I actually have it on my shelf. I've made it to the 3rd disc like 4 times, and I hate it.
I wouldn't say hate, but Chrono Trigger. Like, I don't really care much for Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. I mean, you're enjoying our playthrough, but that's because we're fucking ragging on it and each other, I would assume.
But it's like, I have no nostalgia for it, and I don't really understand what the hype is. I've tried playing it like 5 or 6 times, and just, I give up because I get bored.
Yeah.
It's a boring game for me.
Speaking of, I've only ever seen it played, so I can't, give a conclusive, like, this game sucks, or whatever.
Right.
Mother 2.
Ooh, Earthbound.
Earthbound, yeah. Like, eh.
I can...
So
it's an interesting game, but it's not, like, great.
Yeah. Earthbound is funky and unique, and that's why people remember it. But that's also why it polarizes.
It's not a... Arguably, it's not a great game. It's a very weak RPG. Like, the combat's not very deep. The story is just kind of like, okay, sure.
The humor is also, that's silly, yeah.
Good point, anime from the 80s and 90s. It's only popular because it made its way over here.
Right. That's because, that's all we had was, like, so many... Like, those were the only RPGs we had.
Yeah.
And that one was like the secret one, It's like sure you've played all these mainstream JRPGs.
You played Final Fantasy VI, but have you played
Earthbound? In Japan, it's called Mother 2.
I feel like...
You didn't even get Mother 1.
I feel like there's games, like even RPGs, that when I'm finished playing them, I'll want to play again. And I feel like Earthbound is one of those games where once you finish it, you're like, okay, I'm done with this forever. I don't need to play it again.
There's nothing left for you in that game.
Yeah. And by the same token, all of the revelations in that game are in the last 10% of the game. Everything else is just kind of...
Go to next town.
Yeah.
Fight the weird boss in that town. Move to next town. Get the weird boss in that town.
I really enjoyed my time playing Earthbound, but I have no desire to play Earthbound again.
Right. Well, it's like Final Fantasy IX. I can play that like multiple times, even though I know everything that happens in that game.
Same with 8. I should do my yearly playthrough of 8 sometime soon.
Oh wait, I think there's another one popping up here. Maybe?
Well, whatever.
Okay. One of these.
Well, I mean, it's a critical engagement, yeah.
Time's up.
Alright, Vadalint, here's why I don't like Legend of Dragoon, because I have to justify my opinion now that people like it so much. Legend of Dragoon is not fun because the combat system is boring and punishing. The
Well, at
story.
least it's not Vagrant Story.
Yeah. The story is at best trite, at worst boring. All of the characters are extremely transparent, and all of the plot twists are telegraphed so far in advance that something that happens on disc 3 can be spotted at the very beginning of disc 1. I've tried really, really hard to like it. I just can't.
Right.
And like I said, I've made it to disc 3 4 times, and that's like 30 hours of gameplay, because that's not an easy game.
Okay. You reminded me of something. Character creation is punishing or whatever. Pillars of Eternity. Fucking bounced off of that because it's like, here, make your character in this very confusing thing. Your character sucks? Fucking suck it up, Cupcake.
Man, I slogged through that game. I was miserable playing that game.
Like I made my first character in that thinking it was like D&D. And
Right.
it's like, no, you want to min-max the fuck out of your stats.
It's like I wanted to get to Pillars of Eternity 2, but I wanted to start it with a character from the first game. So I had to play through the first game, and holy fucking shit,
So,
did I have a miserable time playing Pillars of Eternity.
here's my opinion on Pillars of Eternity. I got it when it came out. I played it for a couple of hours. Did not enjoy it. Went back to it because Saban wanted to do it on the channel. Had a fucking blast. It was fun almost all the way through, with like 2 exceptions. But I would never play that game on my own. Ever. Would never play that to not put on a spectacle for somebody else.
Number one, I hate real time with pause.
Oh yeah, real time with pause is terrible.
Like, it's not hyperbole. I fucking hate real time with pause. It's the worst system.
It's the worst possible implementation.
Alright, get this guy.
Get him.
That being said, I am looking forward to playing Pillars of Eternity 2 once, Saban and I actually have time to do that.
I've heard it's good. I
It's super piratey.
bounced off Pillars of Eternity so hard. And speaking of Tyranny as well.
Pillars of Eternity 2 is pretty different from 1. At the very least, the turn-based combat mode makes it way less irritating to play.
Excellent.
What do we do about this?
Well, they're gonna charge towards you, I guess. I don't know if you're supposed to.
Draw them towards the center.
Oh yeah, get him into the AOE.
See, I started playing Tyranny, and I never, like LF said, Tyranny was okay. I started playing Tyranny, and I got to the point where the game said you have a week, and I was like, what? And now I know that there's a way around that, where you basically spend the week doing nothing, and then you have a year instead, but...
I see. They come towards you when you turn away from them.
When I died,
Oh.
Did you have a hand on you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They're boos, basically. You want to turn away from them, drag them towards you.
Ooh, boy.
Don't get hit by all that.
Sure would survival at some point.
All of us are
Tanks
not
and
healers.
DPS. And not revival DPS. So thank you.
Oh, well, I'm dead. Thought I dodged the first one, didn't. Thought I tried to dodge the second one, didn't.
Does that not heal you? It's wild.
Ignore and burn.
We
Let
did it.
me-
Do I have that field notes? I do have notes on that one. I do have notes on that.
Thanks, LF.
Yay!
I was also about to res people.
All right.
Red Chocobo alert?
I have enough to get up to rank 9.
I mean, we're not getting to rank 10 tonight.
No, it's 11:30 already.
Well, we could go punch an old man for a bit.
We already got the stuff out of the old man.
Yeah, but how many
Except
times do I have to teach
satisfaction.
him that lesson? Let me see how much the metal is required
also-
for rank 10.
We also have to finish the weapon series.
It's true. We have new content, so we're going to spend 85% of the night playing Bozja. Look, we
had, like,
finished
one
the new
quest, I guess.
content.
I
Well,
thought it would have
the
been
Hildebrand
more.
stuff is there, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Hildebrand.
I got to blitz through it. My plan is to blitz through it over the next week to get up to Endwalker stuff, and then we'll see. Hopefully.
well, again, that's all single player stuff as well. So,
Yeah.
Critical engagement.
oh boy,
So I need 24,000 to get up to the next level. So how about we just leave? That sounds like a good
Alright.
idea to me.
What do you want to do?
Uh,
Last bit of the night. Hang out in the house?
why am I the party leader now?
because I left.
Why?
Because I left.
You going to bed?
I mean, we could do one more thing before the end of the night, but I just was at the entrance, so I left. That's all.
Why they kick us out of the party?
Because we're in a duty.
Yeah.
So if somebody leaves, they have to leave the party. 'Cause you're like
Oh, I got
bound.
a hat.
You know what we could do? Ooh.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I got a wind-up weapon.
Nice.
There, somebody out here who does the historian stuff.
Here, I got this thing.
I have so
think I
many
can do-
friggin' fragments right now.
Gee, wish I could wear it.
Can you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Aw. I mean, it's a tiny little hat.
Yeah. There's a mod for it, I think, but
Not cool. Alright, can I use this weapon? What is this?
here, I'm gonna leave the party real quick because I gotta turn in some stuff.
Indian.
Going back to what I said, and pathologic. Yep. Kind of want a game where the bad guy isn't a people.
Would- So, something like Near, where it's like a weird function of the world or something like that?
There's Innocence, a Plague Tale.
That's not really an RPG though.
No.
That's an adventure game.
You could play Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, and then be a sobbing wreck. I was broken after the end of that game. Like, I was crying for like 30 minutes. My wife was worried about me.
Right. But also, at the same time, your brother is a fucking idiot in that game.
I am returned.
Welcome back.
I opened my 10 lock boxes.
Hooray.
What'd you get?
A dance sleeve SD,
Right?
a prism, a prism, a prism,
Right. Uh-huh.
classy checkered parasol, prism.
Nice.
Oh.
prism.
Oh.
I'm out.
Yes.
Prism, Metallic orange dye.
Why are we going to Ul'dah?
I don't know. It's where I teleport to.
I want to show off my new mount, so let's go outside Ul'dah.
Look, I got a little minion dude.
I gotta travel to Ul'dah by myself because I wasn't in the party.
You
Sorry.
fool. I'll meet outside the North Ul'dah, the Central Thanalan,
Gate of Nuld.
whatever it is. You're nulled.
I'm better than being a nerd.
Ronaldo.
Mount. Oh, it's this one.
Where are you?
This is why you
Oh,
got
here
it,
it
Dave.
Hey, it's that one.
Somebody probably just cracked open a shitload of boxes and it's like, here, take it.
I like this one specifically because of the transformation thing.
Look, I got this little thing.
Ooh, you got a little
Yeah,
tiny weapon thingy.
You got a little homie.
Yep.
All right.
Mine's bigger.
Not
So
about the size.
here's what we need to do. We need to have glamour plates. Well, not really. All right, Tyler, what's that? Fucking... All right, we need to watch Third throw up.
I love
Tyler,
this fucking thing.
Tyler, do you have that emote? Obviously, you do. The emote for the Manderville dance thing.
Of course.
Can you do that? Manderville Mambo. And then... You guys seeing what I'm doing?
Well, I moved out of the way.
I know, don't worry. I just need everybody to do it.
You want me to take the picture?
No, I want you to get in here and do it as well.
But there's not enough room.
Figure it
I'll
out.
do it right here.
That's fucking rude.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll do it behind you. Maybe.
You have? Do you have the Mambo too?
Of course she does.
Yeah, do it as a pair.
Okay. Rika, could you go away?
All right, Tyler, stop dancing and stand next to Third. It's important that your positioning be correct.
Where's the dismiss button?
Click and dismiss.
Withdraw. There we go. Okay. You
All
can
right.
also, once we start, you can just go into G pose.
That's the plan. All right, Tyler, do it. Here we go. Shit, your cat is there. God damn it.
You can disable pets on the G pose.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
How do I...
On the last tab on the right, like down on the left hand side. Sorry, not right, left.
Cat's making sleepy noises.
The left tabs, yeah.
Why is it not going away?
Turn off pet.
I did. Nothing is
No,
happening.
you didn't. Up. Pet. And minion. Up.
Oh, there we go. Apparently I'm a controlled... You are a controlled character. Okay.
There you go.
Boo, 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 do, 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 do.
Here, Alec, you want to try and sync this up?
You don't have to. Well, I mean, on your screen. You do.
Alright.
Sure, we can.
All right, ready? 3,
Bum, doo-doo, doo-doo, da,
Yep.
bum.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh,
All right, and
oh wow.
What? We got it.
Got it on your end?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like, quarter second off or so, but I mean, it's close enough.
why can't I figure out how to zoom the goddamn camera?
'Cause you're a fool.
You can't really zoom it other than with scroll bar. Scroll wheel. What?
There we go.
Oh, right, you're on.
Controller.
See, you fool.
Now, I want a frame, though. Don't normally do frames, but...
You just record the whole thing.
Well, I can't because you step out of the way. Hey, triple triad card.
One of the
Frames.
frames.
Oh.
Instant camera. I like that, actually.
It's ukiyo-e.
I don't know what ukiyo-e is because it did affected by camera settings, so I don't know what that means. It doesn't do anything. Oh, because I'm zoomed in. God damn it.
Womp womp.
Do. How do I change time of day? Why is this so complicated?
Because you're playing with a controller.
Look, I can play with the fucking keyboard. It doesn't change anything.
Probably the time and weather thing at the top there, Dave.
That's just stop time and weather.
I know you can mess with time and weather in other programs.
Mods, yeah.
Mods is a strong word for those things, but
There we go. Perfect. Kind of like that. Do. Ha! Step right in my face. It's cool.
Yep.
Floating in the air. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. Da. There we go. And then push this button. And boop. No, boop. There we go. Ta-da! Picture saved.
Hooray. We did it.
We did it. And with that, we're probably going to end for the night. Because I'm tired. And now I have to go to bed. I have like a bunch of shit to do over the weekend, so.
We got some dishes to dish.
I've got a doorbell to install, which means I get to play with high voltage. But thank you.
Not high voltage.
High enough.
Danger!
No,
High voltage!
stop it.
One touch. One kiss.
But thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I know that we didn't do nearly as much interesting as we thought we would do tonight, but we, had fun, interesting discussions. So I hope you had a good time.
We'll go back to Dungeons and Dragons next week,
Or something else. We shall see.
or whatever.
I'm not so excited.
Oh, well, we might also do Hildebrand next week. Who knows?
Who knows?
But just a reminder that on Monday is more V Rising. The vote for what we're doing in Rising. The vote for what we're doing in July is going up tomorrow in Discord and on YouTube, so make sure to check that out. And I'll see you guys after the weekend, so I hope you have a good one. Say goodnight, everybody. Don't do it.
Everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I hate you all. Ruin it every time.
Got him.